Hello, everyone, and welcome into episode 2 of the SFBN End Zone. My name is Ryan Chminsky, back again with you for another wonderful week of Eastern PA high school football. Let's take a look at the schedule we've got out there this evening. So we've got Garnet Valley at Ridley. We've got Wyomissing at Pottsville. We've got LaSalle versus Malvern Prep. That game's at halftime right now. Malvern Prep leads 7-0. We've got Coatesville at Tennent, and then we've got CR South, at Neshaminy. We're going to take you out to Wyomissing at Pottsville. Wyomissing's about to get the ball on the opening kickoff. Let's get you out there now.
And he does, and on the 45-yard line on a gain of about 8 for Drew Forey. Joining Caleb Brewer up front.
We'll stick on here for
Jordan
right now.
Gwynn and Max Tipton. Gwynn, 255 pounds. Tipton, 6'2" and 285 pounds. They're both juniors. And I'm looking at the defensive line, not Gwynn. I know that. Max Tipton, though, is up there, along with Caleb Brewer as the tackles. Here's another big run, and bringing it back is Chase Eisenhower for another first down. And Chase for 16 yards on the play, 2 carries, and 23 yards already for Chase Eisenhower. Caleb Bean at center. Tom Weller and Craig Eberhardt, the guards. Evan Blickley, number 8, is the tight end. Ethan Brower, the wide receiver. Eisenhower, Forey, Macrina in the backfield with Logan Hyde to start. Caleb Brewer lines up on the left. That's where the carry is going to come. Brewer with a big couple of blocks there. Eisenhower for a gain of 5. Pottsville has some weapons. They have such great tradition here. This is the last game of this rivalry, at least for now. The schedules just don't work out for these two teams to play again next year in a rivalry that began some 13 years ago, and Wyomissing is 9-4 all time against Pottsville. And I go back to 2019. That's the last time it was close, 3 meetings ago when they went to double overtime. Macrina in motion. Yeah, they give us to Macrina. Oh, he's got a big block ahead of him there. Craig Eberhardt flattened a man, and maybe even 2. And I think that's about 16 or so for Macrina. And so I have 2 carries of 16 on this drive. It is 5 plays now. And the shortest run so far has been 5 yards. It's 1st and goal from the 11. With Eisenhower directly behind Logan Hyde. And they give it to Eisenhower, but whistles blow play down here just as they were getting started, and a flag on the field. So they mark it off against Wyo on a false start, and we'll have 1st and 15 for Wyomissing. This game is not expected to be close. Sometimes things happen, of course, and Kenner Dale kept it much closer than expected in the first half last week. Wyo moving the ball well. Last week they were starting to move the ball, and then they fumbled in midfield and lost the ball. Logan Hyde's going to pass. Here's his first throw of the game. He's rolling right. Has a receiver. It's Forey. It's batted away. Forey almost reached back and got it. Parrish McFarland is their top player, and he ran for over 1,000 yards last year, and he broke it up. So incomplete from Logan Hyde. 2nd and 15 for Wyomissing from the 16-yard line. Drew Forey, Derek Macrina, Chase Eisenhower to begin. And then you'll get the next wave, and you'll get Justice Hardy and Colin Nadrowski. You've got 7 or 8 legitimate ball carriers, and maybe even more than that, as Bob Wolfram was learning a little more before his very eyes last week, with 15 guys carrying the ball against Kenner Dale. Here's a run up the middle, and a nice carry there for Eisenhower. He gets down to about the 4. So call that about 12 for Eisenhower on his 4th carry of the game. I have Eisenhower at 40 yards on 4 carries. 3rd and 4 from the 5. So the Pottsville student section making some noise. Eisenhower has the blockers. He's in, and it's a touchdown for sophomore Chase Eisenhower. With 8:49 remaining in the first quarter, Eisenhower from 5 yards out, and the Wyomissing Spartans draw first blood. Keegan Maher will be on for the extra point with Logan Hyde.
After that Wyomissing touchdown, we're going to take you out to Neshaminy as we've got a team in the red zone against CR South. Let's get you out there now, see if they can convert for the touchdown.
And he was not fooled, and it's 4th down, field goal unit, and Nicastro coming out.
Credit to the Golden Hawks, a big opening drive stand for their defense as Neshaminy was trying to march down into the red zone and just couldn't get anything else going. Good play design on the sweep to Tarapchek there, and just wasn't able to get yardage needed.
Spotted, kick on the way, and it's no good, just wide. Had plenty of distance, and the Skins put together a nice drive, but come away with nothing. But the only positive here, Nick, is that Golden Hawks will have to go pretty much the length of the field.
Yeah, and that's something I did want to mention too.
This is Tommy Green.
Neshaminy defense last week came up huge. Our offense did not have to go the length of the field all game, except for the opening drive. So we'll see if they can come out and do the same thing tonight against a pretty good Council Rock South Golden Hawk team.
Well, the Skins were able to move the ball that time, but not put up any points. And it will be Chase Ennis. And an immediate flag, and somebody jumped early on the offense.
After that missed field goal by Neshaminy, we're going to take you out to Pennsbury versus William Tennent, where we've got a team in the red zone. Let's see if we can get a score in this one.
Again, McCaffrey's game of the night on WBCB. One of 4 games today across the WBCB sports platform. Now you can catch them all on YouTube. I saw Commonwealth League and Catholic was successful against Kensington, as was Neshaminy last week. And as tonight's game is unfolding, so is the game between Neshaminy and Council Rock South. A holding call, you were right on, holding Gus. On Pennsbury. And that will set the Falcons back. Mentioned you can't afford those negative plays. They did recover from the one play where they were looking at a 1st and 14. And the holding call was thrown up the field a little bit, so this also is going to be a 1st and 14. Well, they'll call it 1st and 15, but you get the picture. From the 18, Begley gives it to Adams up the middle, and Adams fights for 4. And boy, he needed to fight through some heavy traffic there. That's the nature of this wing T offense. Just keep on hammering away between the tackles. Again, got a quick moment with Coach Snyder before the game, and he was saying that after the 3rd series, felt like Pennsbury started to do positive things last week against Coatesville, and sometimes those runs between the tackles can be punishing to the opposition. Handoff to Zerniak. Zerniak this time on the left side, and he's across the 10 to the 8. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 6.
Yeah, and for an offense that has a lot of question marks coming into this offense, Jordan Zerniak had a couple good runs last week and has looked so far so good on this first drive. They may have found something with Jordan Zerniak in this offense.
Yeah, that was another question I asked Coach Snyder. A lot of guys touched the ball. Vereen, Bright, Adams, Zerniak. I said, did anybody win the job or really stick out? He said, no, we're still working our way through, but seeing how many touches Zerniak is getting, as again he gets the handoff, stays on his feet to the 5, pushes his way towards the end zone, and a flag comes out. The official has Zerniak stopped at the 1. And I don't know, maybe one of the Panthers got a hand into his face mask or something. We'll see what the officials have to say. Looks to be a goal-to-go situation for the Falcons. But with 4:41, there's a flag down in the McCaffrey's game of the night.
Another thing with Zerniak's runs is he's had to run through a lot of traffic, and he's getting his way through. He's strong. We saw it in baseball. He could hit the ball far. He could get himself through these defensive lines.
Kind of using that low center of gravity and refusing to go down after the first contact.
Long conversation here between the Zebras.
Yes, it is. Officials trying to figure out what's going on as a flag came out after Zerniak had his forward progress stopped at the 1. And now I think they're trying to get, it's going to be a sideline infraction on Pennsbury, which is no big deal. That is just kind of a slap on the wrist. Wait, that doesn't usually come with 5 yards.
I'm very confused. Because I feel like they wouldn't throw a flag out for sideline interference during a play. Sometimes maybe, but.
Yeah, but I thought the first infraction was just a warning, but.
Sideline warning.
They have it down as a 3rd and 3. And they run the clock now. We're down to 4:27 and counting as the Falcons look to finish the job on their opening drive of the night. A handoff and penetration by the Panthers. And Gary Maluzzo, the senior linebacker, gets in there. And he blows that play up. So what looked like a promising 3rd down now looks like a much more difficult 4th and 7.
Yeah, such a weird situation that happened there between the call and moving the play back after the successful getting to the 1. It just
3rd, 4th.
I think
I got to see if I can get some clarification as a timeout is called. Pennsbury takes a timeout. 3:47 to go, first quarter. McCaffrey's game of the night on the WBCB Sports Network. And thanks to the Johnson Chiropractic Center, 175 South Main Street in Yardley. From elite athletes at our local schools to senior citizens, Dr. Johnson's goal is to keep you moving. He offers functional one-on-one fitness training and will increase your strength.
During the timeout, we're going to take you out to Garnet Valley versus Ridley, where Garnet Valley just scored to put them up 7-0. Now Ridley has the ball, trying to answer back here in the first quarter. Let's get you out there.
2nd and 4. Carroll in the shotgun. He moves Smith over to his left. Throws out to the left side. Pass caught by Kameen Powell. They'll give him a gain of about 5 or 6. Picks up a 1st down for the Green Raiders.
Good tackle by Kai Lopez. Nice job there.
Carroll's pass complete to
Reading
number
the pass,
5.
coming up, making the
Powell
tackle.
goes for a Green Raiders.
Keep
First
the
down.
yards after the catch down.
Green Raiders will be 1st and 10 from the Garnet Valley 45.
First and 10 on the 45-yard line of the Jaguars. Looks like they've got Powell in the Wildcat. They've gone bunch right. They shift Smith over to the right. Direct snap. Powell did a nice job of making the first man miss in the backfield, gain of about 3. Bring up 2nd and 7.
Brought down by number 20, Nolan Carroll.
Good job on the backside there by Nolan Carroll. Sort of read his keys and stay there. Not sort of go with the flow, and sat back and did a nice job of coming up and making that tackle there.
Raiders go hurry up again. Looks like the direct snap will go to Powell. He takes it, he keeps, fakes the handoff to Smith, and gets tackled at the 41-yard line, which will bring up a 3rd and 6 for the Green Raiders.
It looks like there's an injured Green Raider down. Stoppage here.
Let's have an injury timeout. Will give us a quick opportunity to thank this week's game sponsor. I think KMC Property Maintenance and Conmac Disposal Services, owned by Kevin Conrad, a Garnet Valley football alum and Garnet Valley football freshman coach. Local resident, KMC Local Landscape, specializing in landscape installs, grass cutting, fall, spring cleanups. Established back in 2011, they now have 35 employees. They just created a new division a few years ago, handling the demo of homes and small buildings. Call today to schedule your fall leaf and cleanup and trimming. KMC 484-868-5666. And Conmac Disposals, a recently established business back in 2022.
During the time out there, we're going to take you out to Ocean City, where we've got the second half of LaSalle versus Malvern Prep. Malvern Prep leads 7-0. They've got the ball at the start of the second half. Let's get you out there.
You do need one guy you need to tell that to is Dave Guerrera, head coach of Malvern Prep. That's where we got our intel from leading into the game. And they definitely emphasize the Pellicciata. But nonetheless, we're going to stick with Dave for now. I do appreciate anybody that comes on up here and says hello to us, so we appreciate that. But we'll connect with Dave after the game. 3rd down and 1 coming up after the gain of 9. Third down and 1. Smith in the shotgun. Luthi got in, pulling him down. It's going to be really close. Second effort may have gotten him there. Chris Smith.
Chris Smith on the carry. Met the line of scrimmage.
One more look. And they are moving the chains forward. First down on that second effort.
Picks up the flyer. First down.
And this is just the beginning for Justice Hardy. You've got 2 great players on this team.
Smith, this is Skylar Smith now taking it up the middle, gain of 5. So Skylar and Smith and Chris Smith, no relation.
Yeah, regardless, though, Skylar Smith with a tremendous gain there to get 5 yards. That's exactly what you need to do on a nice 1st and long.
And once again, Malvern's O-line is just—they're big. I mean, you look at the numbers, their specs. They're just a big group, and they're opening up big holes for this Malvern rushing attack.
2nd down and about 5, maybe 6. How about Kieran Campbell? That's a senior play there. I don't think that flag was coming out until he very vigorously argued.
Yeah, well, Kieran Campbell, one of the senior captains of this LaSalle team, and a leader in that sense. But just about the alertness and the vision from a player like that, able to identify something like that on the field before anyone else.
So back to the sticks, 9:19 and ticking here in the 3rd quarter. Handoff, Chris Smith. Nowhere to go. LaSalle in there on the stop. It ended up being Wakefield to take him down. He may have gotten a yard after all that. Pretty nice play, but LaSalle got 2 guys in the backfield, one of which was Luthi. And Ryan, we've been saying his name a lot.
We have. He's a good player. He was able to disrupt that handoff and get in the backfield, and then Wakefield came in and cleaned it up. That's good defense.
3rd down and 8. Already a big play early in this 3rd quarter. Smith will roll to his left and fire towards the sideline. Pellicciata taken down. Nice play defensively by LaSalle.
Really nice play defensively. Got Pellicciata out in space, but still short of the 1st down. So it brings out Malvern's punting unit.
Yeah, LaSalle with some great lockdown defense there on 3rd and long. As we can see, the student section a little bit fired up now, possibly creating some momentum here. It's a huge stop coming out of the half.
4th down.
We're going to take you out to Wyomissing versus Pottsville again. Wyomissing still leads 7-0 at the moment, but Pottsville's putting together a nice drive, trying to get themselves back even. Let's get you out there.
Louis Huertas trying to time it. And I don't know if Becker had some sort of account that faked them out or something, but Huertas on that encroachment penalty. That's discipline, and that's another 5 yards, and that gave Pottsville. That gives Pottsville 3rd and short. It was 3rd and 6. Now it's 3rd and 1 from the 19 on that penalty. That's a couple penalties now on Wyomissing. I think you know the answer to whether on this question. Is Bob Wolfram probably not thrilled about that? One would assume he's not. It's a direct snap out of the pistol, I guess, and here's McFarland. He's going to barge his way down to the 6-yard line, and a gain of 13 for Parrish McFarland. And looky here, Pottsville has 1st and goal with 21 seconds left in the first quarter. 1st and goal from the 7. McFarland is a terrific player for a team that went 5-6 last year. They made the playoffs. They lost in the first round. They're going to let the clock wind down here. Well, it felt like a good start for Wyomissing, but all of a sudden on that fumble, when Logan Hyde got hit, and then it bounced around all over the place. Pottsville is climbing back into this game, and Wyo a little bit bumpy road to begin. Bob Rotrug with you live from Veterans Memorial Stadium in coal country here in Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Wyomissing Spartans football is a presentation of the Wyomissing Football Association.
We'll get you back out for the Pottsville 1st and goal here in just a moment after the timeout. But in the meantime, we're going to be taking you back out to Garnet Valley versus Ridley. Ridley's got the ball. They're on their drive.
Caught! Touchdown, Green Raiders. 41-yard touchdown from Carroll to Powell.
Again, Coach
41 yards.
Really did a nice job of run, and then tried to over-top pass. Try to hit the home run there. Ended up successful. 7-7. Got a ball game now. 52 seconds left in the first quarter.
Kick is good. So with 52 seconds here remaining in the first quarter, it is
52 seconds to go in the first quarter. The score is now the Jaguars
7-7 with the Green Raiders set to kick off from left to right.
After that touchdown by Ridley to tie the game up at 7, we're going to take you back out to Ocean City as we've got LaSalle versus Malvern Prep. LaSalle still trailing 7-0, but they're on the drive now, trying to come back into it.
Just based upon where the hold took place.
Yeah, that's definitely a tough result for LaSalle. 1st and 19 is no easy task. That's a tall order right there, but you know, time on the clock here for them to get something going.
LaSalle doesn't use a tight end, do they?
Not often. The 4 skill position players they like. And Malvern Prep all over Joey O'Brien. 2 guys in there on the stop, one of which was Chris Lake, the senior.
Yeah, O'Brien met with some serious force there across the middle with the slant play. That's a really tough play to get some yardage on because, you know, a lot of those guys on the inside can find a way to read that really quickly and react.
Yeah, Malvern, they swarm to the ball, too.
Yeah.
They really, I feel like they have that gang mentality. They were able to stop that play in its tracks.
Clock continues to move in a quick moving game here from Ocean City, New Jersey. That ball was elevated and airmailed. Good defense on the play by Zaid Johnson. And all of a sudden, Ryan Winslow, we're seeing Zaid Johnson's name said more and more. He has ball hawk out there.
Absolutely. It was a nice defensive play. Ball sailed a little bit on Sidwar, but he was all over that, and it was really nicely defended.
Yeah, Johnson right there, I think, understanding how much of a weapon these LaSalle receivers can be, and he's hot. He's hot on these guys.
3rd down and long. Sidwar stands in and he'll go down. Ennis Udo, how good has he been off the defensive line? A 2nd sack for him.
Yeah, a clear passing situation from the Explorers, and you see Malvern's D-line just able to get penetration and stop LaSalle's offense.
Yeah, I mean, Ennis Udo coming in at 6'1", 205. A lot of that is just pure muscle right there. As we saw at the celebration, laying the hammer after that hit.
Yeah, it was almost like a Jeremiah Trotter axe down.
Yeah.
He's explosive.
Big moment in this game here, guys. Heck punting into the wind. Malvern brings the pressure, and Heck got it off. And it takes a massive LaSalle hop. Exactly what the doctor had ordered, all the way back to the 25.
Yeah, and there was pressure on that punt, so nice poise there to get it off, and an unbelievable result with a nice bounce.
4:21 to play here in this 3rd quarter. You're watching Bob Long Sports and our coverage of LaSalle basketball. This portion of today's game is brought to you by Next Play Basketball, an AAU basketball organization right here in the Philadelphia area, run by Matt Paul. We had a chance to spend some time with Matt last night. He's a great guy and is doing great things for young kids.
After that punt, we're going to take you out to Wyomissing Pottsville. Wyomissing just made a big stop on 4th and goal to get the ball back. Let's see what they can do with their drive now.
He had the 5-yard touchdown run, and Wyomissing with a 7-0 lead. We were that close to a 7-7 tie. Drew Forey is out there with Chase Eisenhower. I think that's McCreen on the other side. The handoff to Drew Forey, has blockers there in front of him, and then tripped up as he crosses the 20-yard line. Pretty nice run there for Drew Forey on a pickup of 12 on his 4th carry of the game. And Drew Forey has 29 yards. 1st down from their own 22 for Weil with 9.5 to go in the 1st half. Ethan Brower goes wide left. Well, that's Justice Hardy in there. And the handoff to Chase Eisenhower. They're trying to wrap him up. They're having a tough time bringing him down. Nick Englert and Parrish McFarland, they eventually do wrestle him down after Eisenhower thought he had broken free and was ready to go downfield and race away. And they called that a stop of his forward progress. But that was some nice forward progress on the strong legs there of the sophomore Chase Eisenhower. And call that a gain of almost 7 for Chase on his 7th carry of the game. One advantage to having all of this depth is that you don't have to rely on one guy. It's not going to be falling entirely on the freshman Justice Hardy or the sophomore Chase Eisenhower. And here, Chase got smacked behind the line of scrimmage. And a loss of 1 for Chase. It is 3rd and 4 from their 28-yard line. 3rd and 4 with 8.5 to go in the 1st half, and only a 7-0 lead here for Wyomissing, which maybe is a little surprising after we saw Wyo eventually dismantle Kennerdale last week, and Pottsville got creamed at home. And Pottsville very nearly made it a tie game. All right, he's got Hardy wide open. He overthrew him. Justice Hardy raced behind the backfield, and they lost track of him, and that was just iffy bad coverage from Tom McGoey's team. But Logan Hyde's pass went over the head of Justice Hardy. He couldn't catch up to it. Incomplete. Weil will punt it away. This is Nick Klagenborg, the sophomore, to punt. Latrell Montone is deep to return. High snap, but he brings it down. Boy, he got off a bad kick. I don't think it was blocked. Oh, he touched it there. They better recover. That ball is loose on the field. Wyomissing might have.
After that punt, we're going to take you over to Ridley, Garnet Valley. Ridley's down to the 1, knocking on the door, trying to take the lead. Still tied up at 7 at the moment, but we'll get you out there to see if they can convert for the touchdown.
Carroll under center, tosses to the right to Smith. Gets a block. Touchdown, Green Raiders, 2-yard run. Toss from Carroll to Smith. Green Raiders go up 13-7.
Just a straight toss there and just went.
What do you want to do now, Jack?
Mano and mano, and Green Raiders won the battle there.
Wait, oh yeah, Wyomissing. No, Wyomissing just punted. So the other team is at midfield. Or did Wyomissing get the ball back?
Kick is good. So with 10:42 left here in the second quarter, Green Raiders have scored 14 unanswered and now lead 14-7.
You make the call, Jack.
Kickoff forthcoming.
Ridley School District is proud to announce our annual homecoming festivities for 2023. The Ridley School community is welcome to join us on Friday, September 29th.
We were talking earlier tonight.
After that Ridley touchdown to take the lead, we're going to take you back out to Wyomissing, where they're driving against Pottsville.
From the D-line. So Eisenhower -1 on that play, 3rd and 2 from the 44. All right, let's see what we have here. Chase in the backfield. Justice Hardy is wide left. Hardy is in motion. Handoff to Eisenhower. And they brought him down, and he did not get to a first down there. That is not going to be enough. And Pottsville is reading it very well. Now here we go with 4th and a foot, if that. And an official's timeout now on the field as well with 6:29 to go in the second quarter. They gave Eisenhower some decent forward progress there, and I think they gave him a healthy spot, which certainly doesn't hurt. They're going to bring out the chains. Yeah, I thought so. They just want to know exactly how long he has to go. But from their own 40s, boy, oh boy. I mean, that looked like it was maybe two links of the chain, 2 inches or so. So 4th and inches, or maybe even 4th and inch. And so Wyomissing will go for it here with 6.5 to go in the first half. Here we go. Eisenhower and Forey are back there behind Logan Hyde. Caleb Brewer now lines up on the left side. Decent chance the ball be coming that way, and it does for Eisenhower. First down. Caleb Brewer got one of the blocks in there, and Chase on a gain of about 3 has a first down for Wyomissing with 6:18 to go in the second quarter. Mark your calendars for Saturday, October 14th. The Wyomissing Football Association is honoring the Hall of Fame class of 2023. Also homecoming, and then after the game, it is the official naming of Bob Wolfram Field, the ceremony to be held post-game. Here's a nice run of about 6 yards for Derek Macrina. Will bring up 2nd and 4. Wyomissing against Conrad Weiser on homecoming Saturday, October 14th and Hall of Fame Day. And the Bob Wolfram Field official naming ceremony after the game. We hope you'll join us Saturday, October 14th for that special day. 2nd and 4 from the 45. Nice turnout of Wyomissing fans as always heading up here on this picture-perfect, gorgeous Friday night in Pottsville, PA. Coming back on a little reverse action there for Macrina. And maybe about a gain of 3 for Macrina to bring up 3rd and 1 from the 42. And now we have an injured Pottsville player. Wyomissing Spartans football, a presentation of the WFA and the Wyomissing football program. Thanking the following establishments, including the Berkshire Family Restaurant of Wyomissing, GNA Restaurant of West Reading, and the Hitching Post of Leesport. We are pleased to report that the injured player, a sophomore offensive lineman named Cole Cesare, he got up on his own and walked off under his own power and appears to be fine. So that is good news. It is actually 3rd and 2 for Wyomissing. We thought it was a better spot than that before, but call it 3rd and 2 from the 43. Seventh play of the drive. If you begin this drive with the fumble recovery on the punt. They had some 4 or 5 plays before that. So Wyomissing's had the ball forever. They've had the ball since 10.5 left in the second quarter. Timeout Pottsville on this big play on 3rd and 2. And Tom Magui's team is gaining confidence and momentum as we go here. Even though they haven't scored yet, they got it down to the Y05 and they were that close. And they are down 7-0 fairly late in the first half. And they have a chance to force YO to punt it away, although this might be 4-down territory.
During the timeout, we're going to take you back out to Garnet Valley Ridley. Garnet Valley Trails, they've got the ball, trying to get back even.
Or maybe not. Or maybe they'll go with the quick kick. Green Raiders don't look at all fooled. O'Donohue gets the ball away. Gets a Garnet Valley bounce. Rolls across the 45, 40, across the 35, down to the 34-yard line. So
Valley's punt is down. Green Raiders will take over.
After that long return on that last punt, looks like the Jaguars opted to just go with the quick kick, and Ridley did not drop anyone back deep, so Garnet Valley was able to take advantage of the roll and change field position a little bit.
Yeah, Barney, we talked about it even last week. There's a new wrinkle in the offense, sort of shotgun formation, and sort of forces the Green Raiders to come up and play 11 men instead of dropping one back to sort of defend against the pass there with the 3 wide receiver set. And Luke did a really nice job there of put his foot on the ball and get the Jaguars roll down in Ridley territory.
Carroll in the shotgun, Smith to his left. Pump
for the
fake.
moment for Neshaminy as it'll bring up 3rd and about an inch.
Just short of the end zone. That brings up.
Hey, you're not kidding.
And goal from the 1.
I would bet the Redskins are thinking that there's going to be another sneak.
Big body in Chase Ennis, 6'4", quarterback, 215. As Ennis will try to jump over the line, and he was tackled and pushed back. Did not get in there. Still, Chamonix's defense stands tall, denies the Golden Hawks at the 1-yard line.
End zone, untouched, a 42-yard touchdown run for Chase Eisenhower. He had the blockers there in the big hole, and with 4:14 left in the first half, Chase Eisenhower on his.
And the Golden Hawks double their lead at 13-0 on the 1-yard touchdown rush by Chase Ennis.
Down for Council Rock South.
Well, Keith, last week it was a block punt or block miscue by Kensington that allowed Neshaminy to set up their offense in about a 10-yard field, and they capitalized. This week, Council Rock South gets a fumble recovery inside the 5, and they capitalize on the Neshaminy turnover as extra point is up and good. 14-0 Golden Hawks lead this one.
Yeah, it's just a lot of mistakes, and that's what is costing the Redskins. It is what.
We had both Wyomissing and another team score at the same time, so we couldn't show you both, but that makes both games 14-0. We're going to take you back out to the Council Rock game. Let's get you out there now.
I didn't expect to say 2 passing TDs for the touchdown for the Falcons in the first half, Gus.
Who would have thought they would have more passing touchdowns than rushing touchdowns in the first half so far? I wouldn't, but,
Not me.
But that's just one thing you'd love to see out of this offense, that they're willing to pass and they're successful with the pass.
Bagley under center. That time it's a give to Brensinger. And Brensinger has a little bit of a hole. He's across the 35 to the 34-yard line. And, you know, we credit the running back, Zerniak, Brensinger, Deron Adams doing some good job with doing a good job with the football. Up front, though, those guys deserve a little bit of credit, like center Rocco May, guard Uriah Smart, Tyler Robinson on one of the tackles. The other guard, senior Chris Roush. You got C.J. Weiser on the tight end spot. And a big hit up front. That time it was Maluzzo who met the ball carrier. Gary Maluzzo delivers a shot to Jaden Bright. Wait, there's one other tackle I didn't mention. Who the heck is that? Oh yeah, A.J. Carticello.
Yeah, you got to give these guys a shout out, especially in this kind of offense. You need your offensive linemen to really take the charge. What do they say? You only go as far as your line will take you, and especially in this offense, that means truer and truer, especially with this run game.
Yeah, we called out the defensive line earlier, and those are the offensive linemen doing it for the Falcons this season. They say you win in the trenches as Bagley drops back. He's flushed from the pocket, rolls to the near side of the field, and will throw the football out of bounds. And that, I don't know if he got that one back to the line of scrimmage. If the officials talk this over, I think that's going to be a grounding. We'll see if they also think that might meet the
Yeah, there's definitely a discussion to be made because it definitely didn't get past the line of scrimmage, but he was outside of the pocket, so.
Officials talking it over. A 4th and 1 coming up for the Falcons.
Yep,
and yeah, they will throw a flag for an intentional grounding by Nate Bagley. And Bagley, a good decision there. Get rid of the football, throw it out of bounds. You just need to throw it a little bit further downfield so you make sure you get it past that line of scrimmage. I mean, it seemed like he was only a couple yards short of not having the flag thrown.
Yeah, and like you said, Chris, just instead of just like kind of spiking it into the ground, if you even just put some air into it and just threw it like just out of bounds but high, like where it wasn't catchable.
Tackle. They are going to get a block in the back, I believe, on the edge. Flag down right at the 17-yard line, and the Ridley sideline went nuts. You can see some of the coaches on the sideline talking about the block. Looks like this is coming back for the block in the back.
Definitely a block in the back there. You see Kai Lopez. He said we're 3 plays down right now, but Kai Lopez there, getting ready to make a tackle. Block in the back there. Allows him to get around and pick up some extra yards, but that'll be coming back.
Illegal block against the Green Raiders.
Still picked up enough for the first down after the penalty.
10-yard penalty from the spot of a foul. Play results in the Green Raiders first down. They'll be 1st and 10 from the Garnet Valley 30-yard line.
So it is a first down, the block in the back downfield, as you mentioned. So it'll now bring up a 1st and 10, but from the 30-yard line. Carroll and Kelly in the backfield, trips to the top of your screen. Powell down to the bottom. He throws, trying to throw the ball to the inside slot back. Batted down by number 7, Nick Romanello, the middle linebacker for the Jaguars.
Again, Romanello.
2nd and 10, Green Raiders from the Garnet Valley 30-yard line.
Little injuries throughout the week.
Also in Central League action today.
He's going to be able to play,
but Lower Marion 14,
doing a nice
Upper
job.
Darby 6.
Really nice job of sort of flying through that A-gap on his assignment on those plays there.
So 2nd and 10 from the Garnet Valley 30. Carroll in the shotgun. He shifts Kelly over to his left, single setback. Powell in motion left and right. Pressure coming. Romanello gets him. Down goes Carroll at the 39-yard line.
As we just mentioned, Romanello flying through that A-gap.
After that sack, we're going to take you out to LaSalle and Malvern. LaSalle is deep in Malvern territory, driving, trying to get back into the game. Let's see if they can convert here.
Yeah, I think just throw that one out of bounds. He did take a hit, though. Gavin Sidmar took a hit a little bit late, but, yeah, that would have been a tough one if that was intercepted.
The Explorers right now get a chance to reset here. 2nd down and long from the red zone.
Ball on the 19. Need the 9 for a first down. Davis, quick out. Can he make one miss? Able to sneak forward for a couple. 3rd down coming up. Everything from here in 4-down territory. And I like the idea here from Matt Hess and this offensive staff. You do want to get the ball into the hands of your playmakers quickly. Some of the most impressive and sizable plays they've had here today, Ryan, are when the ball's out of Gavin Sidwar's hands very quickly in the flat.
Yeah, we discussed the quick release earlier. They've had a lot of success with that.
That's a forward pass there. Julian McFadden got to move forward. He is driven back. And it'll be 4th down. No gain on the play. Ball needs to get to just inside the 9-yard line. This might be your ball game here on 4th down.
And they try to get McFadden in space, but the Malvern defense just sniffed that out, and 3 defenders picked up McFadden and just dropped him on his back.
The stakes are about as high as they can get right now for the Explorers.
Sidwar scanning, firing to the end zone. McFadden, toe tap, touchdown. Just like that.
What a play right there by Gavin Sidwar, finding his man in stride and the toe tap. Just to confirm, what a play.
Great camera work by Drew Ansel as well. And with 6:22 to go, how big, possibly, is that blocked extra point on the other side of the field?
Down the left sideline, touchdown! It's a 59-yard touchdown pass for Drew Forey.
5 to Forey. And the Spartans increase the lead.
Wow, what a nice touch on Logan Hyde's pass over the shoulder. Dropping a dime in there for Drew Forey with 1:08 left in the 2nd quarter. Forey slipped in past the coverage, and Henry Moll, the senior free safety, just couldn't catch up to him. The kick is up and good for Marr. Hey, these 2 new kickers, they've been perfect on extra points so far this year. Don't take that for granted, especially at the high school level. Wyo's had some pretty good kickers over the years as well. Aiden Cerulli and Ian Levering in recent years, and now continuing the tradition, Keegan Marr and Nick Plagenborg.
After that long touchdown by Wyomissing, to increase their lead, we're going to take you out to the Garnet Valley Ridley game. Ridley just recovered a turnover to give them the ball back. Let's see what they've got here on this drive.
Powell to the bottom of your screen. Carroll under center. Handoff goes inside to Smith, who rumbles forward, gain of about 2. Ball on the 5-yard line.
Nick Romanello again. Coming up there through the
Pick up a 3 on the play. It'll be
gap
2nd and
again.
goal. Green Raiders.
Really nice job tonight.
4-yard line.
Containing that interior.
Ball's just inside the 5, so 2nd and goal from about the 4.5. Ridley has trips left. Smith behind the left guard. Shotgun snap goes to Carroll. He rolls left, sets, throws. Caught. Touchdown. Kameen Powell.
To Powell for a Green Raiders touchdown.
Nolan Carroll on the coverage.
Again, he just high-pointed that ball, and nothing no one can do. Good ball, good pitch and catch there.
So the Green Raiders now lead 20-7. Extra point pending. Kick is up and good. With that, it's now 20.
After that Ridley touchdown to extend their lead, we're going to take you out to Pennsbury as they've got the ball. Let's get you out there now.
Down on the field. Mentioning beautiful weather tonight. Last week it was kind of hot and humid. Didn't feel it that much. Actually, I did feel it a lot, come to think of it.
Yeah, I remember setting up and everything. You got a little sweaty and everything, but...
Oh, yeah, I can sweat. Well, the William Tennent Panthers, though, they were having some cramping issues in last week's game.
Handoff. A nice gain right up near that first down marker. Initial spot looks good for the first down. Chris Smith. This is exactly what Malvern Prep wants to do, not only running the clock, guys, but stretching that defense, that kind of zone and gap protection that LaSalle is looking to have at one point, at any point. Skylar Smith can pull it, knife it up the middle. That's when LaSalle could get themselves into trouble.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you hand it off to these backs who have been
Talk it over
solid.
and call a play here for this 3rd and 7 situation. And on a delay, they give up the gut. That time to Adams. Adams pushing maybe to the 5.
Yeah, down to 25 seconds though. Pennsbury doesn't have a timeout, so if they're going to try to run a play here, they're going to have to do it very quickly.
And on 4th down, it looks like another injury timeout. This time that was Maluzzo who was shaken up only for a moment, but
this is going to help Pennsbury.
Yeah, it stops the clock. 16 seconds remaining, and the Falcons are going to try a field goal. Angelo Pereira out to look to add 3 for Pennsbury, and he'll kick it from the 10. So this is a 20-yard attempt for the Pennsbury sophomore.
Love yourself some kicking, Chris. Here you go.
Yes, I do. He'll kick out of the hold of Eric David. And now timeout taken by the Panthers.
You know, they're trying to take kicking out of the game. We got to put more kicking back into the game.
Well, I love it at the high school level because you don't always see kickers that are especially successful, and there's a lot that goes into the long snap, the hold, all of those elements that people don't typically think about. You
Everything's got to be perfect if you want to.
Donahue under center, gives inside. Not much doing. Gain of a yard to bring up 2nd and 9. Handoff went to Kohler.
Dean Kohler with the carry for the Jaguars, brought down by
my partner would say he's standing here, looks like he's just doing some stretching, some calisthenics, we got our
Garnet Valley from their own 48-yard line.
I need to go see a chiropractor after this game. Single setback, Kohler, Lopez split to the bottom of your screen. O'Donohue under center. The snap, he drops, throws, deep downfield. Lopez looks back for the ball. That is pass interference. Flags come from every direction.
Flag on the play.
That's your classic example of the receiver seeing the ball and getting his head turned back and the defensive back just not seeing it and running through the receiver. So the Jaguars will take the 15. The clock is stopped on the penalty and the incompletion. So Jaguars get a 15-yard penalty and will move the ball to the, let's see, math in public, 7 and 3. And
I don't know about the 41, 42.
Pass interference against the Green
I don't believe you.
Oh, I'm sorry, the 37.
See, never do math in public, buddy. Never do math in
I was
public.
taking my shoes off at this time, but there's not enough room up here to take shoes off around.
So with 2:44 remaining, the Jaguars still have 2 timeouts remaining. Up on the ball, 1st and 10 at the Green Raider 37-yard line. O'Donohue keeps, cuts back inside, puts his head down. Good hard run. Picks up a gain of about 6. 5.5.
Brought down by number 13.
Yeah, great job, Luke, there. Just sort of keeping that, sort of getting the edge and making a great cut upfield instead of extending that play out towards the sideline and allowing the defender to sort of track him down. Great job of cutting that upfield and getting what he can get.
So 2nd and 5. Clock running now, approaching the 2-minute mark. Donahue under center. Fakes, throws, deep downfield. He's got Lopez, caught, touchdown Jaguars! Beautiful throw, beautiful play action. O'Donohue set his feet and threw deep down that left sideline, right about the numbers. Lopez caught it in between the 5 and goal line. Made no mistake into the end zone, so the Jaguars do go down quickly and score with 2 minutes and 4 seconds remaining. It's now 21-13. Extra point forthcoming.
Yeah, great job, Luke. Luke just really relaxed back there right now and just puts a good ball up in the air and lets Kai run under it.
Yeah, it was a really nice.
After that Garnet Valley touchdown to get them back within 1 score, we're going to take you out to Council Rock, Neshaminy for the drive. Let's get you back out there.
Everything that the Skins are trying to do, yeah. Neshaminy is a good run team. They've got some guys up front that can block, and Klee and Lavella, some other guys. But again, when you're not throwing the ball down the field or switching things up, be a little bit easier on the defense.
Chase Ennis back in the gun for the Golden Hawks. He'll give it off to Myers. Myers, a big burst of speed right out of the backfield and cuts it up to about the 44-yard line.
Shane Myers up the middle. Tackled by Demasio Cooper.
As we've hit the 2-minute mark here in the second quarter.
Second down and 5.
Bring up 2nd and 5 now. Ennis again goes to Myers, gets maybe 1 yard on the carry.
It's a sack, a loss of 1 yard, and LaSalle takes its first timeout of the second half.
Thought with the field position they might want to move a little bit quicker, but they're not.
And we've talked about Neshaminy throwing the ball, but the Golden Hawks have thrown the ball quite well when they have decided to throw it.
And 3.
Ennis with 12 passes last week has had a good amount of offense and pass attempts in the first half here tonight. Gives it off to Myers again, stiffs arms a couple of Neshaminy defenders, gets to the outside, and it'll be just short of the first down marker. We'll see where they mark him. Could have the first down, and they do. They give it to him. So the clock continuing to tick down here in the first half.
Yeah, they don't have a timeout. I think that's part of it.
Under a minute to go as Golden Hawks just short of midfield here. Ennis will throw it here, and caught on the far side, stiff arming his defender and catching and getting out of bounds was Pat Malone. But hold up, and it'll be a flag on the play.
I think it was on the near side of the field.
And that's what threw me off, because the ball was far side.
Right.
That'd be a false start.
I believe the play already ran a bit there, but against Council Rock South. So now I wouldn't be surprised if they ran it a couple of times and took it into the locker room, because they played a really, really good half outside of the 1 turnover and a couple of penalties.
Golden Hawks will get the third quarter kickoff, so they might be fine with doing that. They'll throw it here as Ennis scrambles looking for Horan. He'll take it himself past the 50, up to the 40, up to the 30, still on his feet all the way down to the 20-yard line. They'll say he was in bounds. A late flag comes flying in from behind the play. And the officials will gather and stop the clock with 27 ticks to go. We'll see what this call is. I can only imagine it's got to come back from where the flag was thrown.
Don't know, but that is a play that the Redskins defense had everything covered down the field. They did an excellent job with that. They're waving off the flag, I think.
So a big gain by Chase Ennis on the quarterback keeper, as he was looking for his receiver and turned a big play there. He'll spike the ball to stop the clock here with 21 ticks now. as they'll take the loss of down. So it'll bring up second down from the 20.
Just a good
extra point when the game was 13-0 after Malvern's second offensive touchdown of the day. LaSalle came back. They scored a touchdown on a broken play. Gavin Sidwar found Julian McFadden, and now it's a one-score game. Sidwar fires towards the sideline, going up high to get it, and out of bounds. Gain of 6. Des Ortiz able to find his way to the sideline and create a big target.
Yeah, positive play, and we got out of bounds. So,
beg your pardon, J.P. Oates on the catch.
Yeah, you know, LaSalle, they understand what it's like to be pinned back deep. There have been a lot of drives that have started back way in their own territory. So, you know, maybe playing with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder here with 1:30 on the clock.
Sidwar steps up, and again, this time finds Jimmy Dolan. Darn near double-digit catches, I think, for him today. Really good day.
We don't have our statistician here today.
Happening. As Ennis will look to throw again, he's scrambling, looking, throwing on the move, wide open, caught, touchdown, back of the end zone, Golden Hawks. Who else is it? It's Shane Myers this time. 20-0, Golden Hawks go up.
That time somebody, I think, missed their assignment there, and Myers wide open in the end zone. And what a drive by Ennis.
And that's a veteran 2-minute drill at work, as on for the extra point is up and good. And with 7 seconds to go here in the first half, Council Rock South taking a commanding 21-0 lead here on the WBCB Sports Network. For fine food and fun for the entire family, visit the Irish Rover Station House at 1033 South.
After that Council Rock touchdown, it puts them up 21-0 over Neshaminy. Now we're going to take you back out to the shore where LaSalle and Malvern Prep is winding down their game. Let's get you back out there for the LaSalle drive.
Held on to the football, a gain of 3. Clock runs.
Huge hit.
This clock continues to run as we near the final minute of the game. The Explorers not showing any signs of stopping, however.
How about Perry DiBartolomeo making that stop? 3rd and 6. Davis caught the screen, has the first down. 50 seconds on the clock. They'll stop the clock momentarily as they reset the chains.
Trying to get themselves back into this game. They trail here by 6. There's a throw to the sideline. Good idea there by the LaSalle quarterback to just throw that one away. Clearly there was nothing developing on that play because they've only got short time here, so there was no reason to waste a lot of time looking for something down the field when there clearly wasn't going to be anything open, so he just tossed that one away as we get set up here for second down. This game's been fairly competitive so far, this game. Only a 13-7 game, so could still go either way here late in this fourth quarter. LaSalle has trailed for most of the game, able to get themselves back into it on a nice passing touchdown to the back corner of the end zone just recently. Here's a throw. That one's short, trying to get out of bounds. They will. So it looks like LaSalle's going to move a little bit further here for 3rd down. See what they've got, trying to keep this clock stopped. Giving themselves an opportunity here to take a shot downfield, I would think, if they don't get the first down on this play here. Let's see what the officials draw up. There's only what the LaSalle coaching staff draws up. There's only 32 seconds left to play here in this game. They'll swing it out wide to the near side. Oh, big hit there. Drives him back as well, unable to get out of bounds, wasting some time, 23 seconds. I thought maybe I saw a flag there, but it might have just been something coming off of a belt or off the sideline there of Malvern Prep. The officials having a conversation here. See what they're talking about. We're on something right in front of the. Yeah, there is a flag on the field.
One last play you need to stop them on, or do you want to
See what the flag is for here.
That they need to drive.
I'd accept the penalty and push them back. It is tempting, though.
Give it maybe a hold. Yep, that's exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be a hold on the Salle there. That is not what you wanted to see if you are the Explorers here on that one.
So I'd accept and
It's going to push them back.
Third
Go to the
down.
far hash here to the left.
14 yards. The line to gain is the LaSalle 47.
Now with 20 seconds as the clock runs here, let's see what the LaSalle
These are the moments you dream of.
coaches draw up. I think they're going to look to take a deep shot to the outside here.
It's down to
Try to hazard a
14.
guess.
They
Try to
haven't
get
snapped the ball. 10
something on the
seconds
sideline
left.
if nobody's open. They'll just throw it away. Yep, there
Fires
comes
it
the
as
long
far as
ball
he can.
here. Looking deep on the sideline. Oh,
Intercepted.
there's an
That'll be
interception.
your ball game.
That should all but ice the game there for Malvern Prep.
What a play.
We
What
got
a
2
game.
seconds on the clock. They'll probably come out in the
Owen
victory
Mears
formation, take
puts
the knee,
cap on it.
and walk out of Ocean City with the victory.
Flags on the
We're
play.
gonna got most of our other games going to halftime here. So once this game wraps up, we will step aside briefly for halftime, and then we'll be back with you to get you set up for the second halves. But we are going to step aside here. So thank you for tuning in with us for this first half. We'll be back with you very shortly to get you the scores from around our games and get you set up for the second half of action. We'll be right back with you.
Hi, I'm Tommy Green, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. When I was in high school, it was very important to me to show scouts what I could do. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you're a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Eldion Padulary in Feasterville, Trevose today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hi, I'm Marty Bystrom, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. In my experience in Major League Baseball, I know how important it is for high school athletes to gain exposure. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you are a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
When disaster strikes, we restore order and your peace of mind. Roberts & Gamble, your #1 source for storm damage cleanup and property restoration. Licensed and fully insured, serving central New Jersey and eastern Pennsylvania since 2010.
Welcome back into SFBN Zone. We're going to give you a quick score update. As you can see here, we have one game that has gone final, which is LaSalle Malvern Prep. LaSalle falls 13-7 to Malvern Prep. Looking around the rest of our games, Garnet Valley trails Ridley 21-14. Wyomissing absolutely dominating Pottsville right now, 21-0. We're going to get you out to that game as it's back out at halftime in just a moment. Got Pennsbury up 24-0 on William Tennent. And then Council Rock South is up 21-0 on Neshaminy. Now let's get you back out to Wyomissing versus Pottsville on the opening drive of the second half. Enjoy.
That incompletion, Pottsville will punt it away, and Ethan Brower will be deep to return. It was 21-7 last week at Kennard-Dale at half. And after a less energetic first half performance and some mistakes in there, Bob Wolfram really gave it to his team at halftime. He said, boy, that's a bad snap, and he barely got it off, and then it isn't great, but he made the best of it that he could. It's a punt of 21 yards to the 39-yard line. But it was a bad snap that he had to pick up out of the turf to give himself a chance there. And it absolutely could have been worse. But what could have been worse ends up as a pretty good situation for Wyo with 10:22 to go in the third quarter as they start here on the Pottsville 39-yard line. Looking to build on a 21-0 lead. Chase Eisenhower in the backfield, and he has Macrina to his right, and Forey in motion. The give is to Forey, and they broke through on the offensive line, and Drew Forey really had nowhere to go at all. Forey had a 59-yard touchdown pass late in the first half. Otherwise, I had Forey at actually 5 carries for 36 yards, not 4 for 29, as previously stated. And here Drew Forey, just a gain of 1. 2nd and 9 from the Pottsville 38 here in week 2 of the 2023 season. High dropping back, look out, he's in trouble. Throws it away, and incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
Boy, pretty dangerous there. And last week, you know, and I see a play like that where High just didn't have any time. Last week, Bob Wolfram talked about some of his big guys, the offensive line guys. A lot of standing around, as he described it. So not necessarily the energy, and he said they maybe got a bit of a rude awakening on their fitness level coming into week 1. So hopefully a little bit more inspired in practice. You know, sometimes he's down on his team out of training camp. You're not sure how good they're going to be. This is Derek Macrina, and a gain of 5. Now it's 4th down and 5, and it's from the 34-yard line. So I don't think either kicker has the leg for a 50 or 51-yard field goal. And it's, you know, on the 34, that'd be odd to punt. So it would seem unnecessary. So it seems like a gimme for 4-down territory here, and it will be. See where Caleb Brewer lines up with the ball on the right hash, and Brewer is out there in the left tackle spot. Logan Hyde's going to pass, and they got him. Oh, he spins away. He still has the ball, and it's a 1st down and more. Where did that come from? Logan Hyde turns that into a 20-yard run when it looked like they absolutely had him dead to rights. Logan Hyde, who I think he had an interception in the game here at Pottsville last year, playing in the secondary. Now as the quarterback showing some pretty strong athleticism, make it a gain of 15. I guess he stepped on the sideline of the 19-yard line. They had him on 4th and 5. They break through on the offensive line, who is not giving Hyde a ton of time on some of these passing plays. And Logan Hyde spins and circles away and somehow turns that into a 1st down. And now timeout on the field. Was that Pottsville that called timeout? We don't even know. Okay, Lyle. All right. Wyomissing Spartans football presented by the WFA and the Wyomissing Football Association, and Wyomissing football program is presented to you in part by the Hitching Post of Leesport, by GNA Restaurant of West Reading, and by the Berkshire Family Restaurant of Wyomissing. you know, that was Wyomissing that called the timeout. You know, yes, Logan Hyde got a first down out of that, but the offensive line breakdowns
That's the Ridley game.
could be a very big concern for Bob Wolfram. Actually, we probably can assume they definitely are. Not it could be. It's yeah, definitely. First down from the 19. And a handoff to Chase Eisenhower. They got him by the ankles, and he picks up maybe 2 on his 14th carry of the game for 113 yards. You know, this after 15 different ball carriers last week at the Kennard-Dale Rams, pretty much down to the Mason-Dixon line, the Pennsylvania-Maryland border, where we were last week. Here we come up a little bit on Route 61 into coal country. There's a different topic as well that Mike Drago brought up in an article this week when talking about the end of this Pottsville rivalry, which we hope will continue in the following cycle in a couple of years. Coming back to pick up the ball, Marvin Armistead, and he's driving towards the goal line. See, that play started at the 19. He got down, maybe 18. He got down to about the 5 when he came back and got that ball on a gain of 13 for Armistead, who the Berks Catholic transfer had a touchdown last week. Down to the 6 for first and goal for Wyo. Not only were Wyo and Pottsville not able to schedule each other because of league scheduling conflicts, but Wyo's having a tough time finding anybody agreeing to take him on. Here is Colin Nadrowski, I believe, and he bounced off a tackler and turned that into a gain of 4. That was Justice Hardy, I beg your pardon. And it is second and goal from the 3 after a gain of 3, really. So Bob Wolfram, as well as Frank Ferrandino, it sounds like they have their work cut out for them. They've made some offers to teams that have had openings who have declined them. And some of the logic there is that some of the bigger teams are afraid to take on a smaller program that could beat them. That would hurt their computer rankings. So in some ways, Wyomissing is a victim of their own success. They can't find a taker for weeks 2 and 3 non-league next year. Logan Hyde is going to take it himself, and then he's wrapped up at pretty much the line of scrimmage and brought down. Hyde maybe a gain of a yard, maybe. Third and goal from the 3. So Frank Ferrandino had mentioned in that article, or maybe it was Bob Wolfram, well, one or both. I mean, they know that everyone knows the situation. They might have to travel out of state or out of the region, go to Western Pennsylvania. They'll do anything. They want to find an opponent for weeks 2 and 3. So the battle rages on. Logan Hyde is under center. Forey is in motion. Give is to Forey, trying to turn the corner. Oh, yeah, it's there. He'll just jog it over to the pylon. Touchdown, Drew Forey. 3-yard touchdown run. It is his second touchdown of the game. And with 6:12 to go in the third quarter, 27-0 Spartans. Drew Forey, the 6'4" tall senior running back, has a pair of scores, and so does sophomore Chase Eisenhower. Keegan Maurer is on for the extra point. Logan Hyde to hold the kick. It is perfect. Maurer's looking awfully good there too. 28-0, Wyomissing.
Succeeds, and with 6:12 remaining in the third quarter, the score is Wyomissing 28, Pottsville 0.
All right, here we go. That was a pretty easy walk-in for Drew Forey, lined up in the left there, and then in motion, just a very quick handoff from Hyde. Nice big block over there for Craig Eberhardt to pave the way for Forey. And that's what a lot of these ball carriers have talked about before. And I think the quote was Charlie McIntyre talking about running behind Javen Williams and saying, I could walk behind that guy. I mean, it's so fun when you've got an offensive line that can take care of business like that. Well, Wyo's been kind of wearing them down here. But there's also been a lot of pressure on Logan Hyde on the passing plays. Little breakdowns in there, too, it would appear. 28-0 with 6:12 to go in the third quarter.
After that Wyomissing touchdown to extend their lead, we're going to take you out to Pennsbury Tennent for the start of their second half. So we've got a drive underway. Let's get you out there.
As he throws, Sean Seacrest was there with the pressure. And that, that's a number of times tonight where Gunther is trying to throw the football and he's got somebody hitting him right in the chest, or just unable to step up into the throw because somebody is coming right after him.
Now they've got 3rd and 18 up on the scoreboard, so they just gained 2 yards from an incomplete pass.
Yeah.
I guess they originally had about 18 and they put 20 up there as a guess.
See, I always thought it was 3rd and 19 anyway, so we just split the difference, keep it at 3rd and 19.
They heard us talking about it.
6:32 on the clock, and now the officials talking things over. Right, there's no flag down.
No, I don't see one. Oh, it's time to do the Falcon flat.
Now they back to it, wind the clock.
We're back when we're doing the Falcon flat.
All right, so now 4th and 18. Gunther, high snap, pulls it down, throws complete out to the flat, and forced out of bounds is Joey Hebling. A good play, but it's going to come up well short of the needed yardage. So I guess not necessarily a good play in that regard, but a positive play for the Panthers, a completion for their quarterback to build up that confidence and stuff, but it ends up being a turnover on downs.
Yeah, and if you think about it, you're really in like a dead zone right here. Kind of too short of field to punt it, too long to kick it. So maybe just try to go for it, get as many yards as you can, and just put Pennsbury in worse field position.
And the other thinking there, you get your athlete with the football in space and see if he could make something happen, but the Falcons converge on him.
Yeah, and heck, who knows? Maybe he could break one and he'll get a first down. But
good pursuit to the football by the Orange.
All right, we're going to get you back out to our tightest game of the evening. Garnet Valley, Ridley, it's 21-14 at the moment. They're getting ready to kick off their second half. Let's get you back out there. Hopefully it lives up to the action of the first half.
I've got coaches waving iPads at me. It's complete chaos in the box. Not even on top of the box. So with that, Lopez set to go. Lines the ball up over on the right hash. Ridley has Soper and Powell back deep. The ball goes to the right-hand side to Powell, who catches it at his 25-yard line, changes direction, and a great tackle made by number 6, Luke Minjoni. So Garnet Valley elected to kick the ball middle. Down a little bit deeper than they had in the first half, and they were able to get Powell down on the ground just the 32-yard line.
Yeah, great job by Luke there, coming up and making the tackle there on opening kickoff of the second half.
Have you ever seen a coach with 2 iPads at the same exact time? So Carroll in the shotgun, Kelly the lone back, Powell to the bottom of your screen. Kelly runs a draw, or Carroll, I apologize. Managed to break the first tackle. There is a flag down thrown in the backfield in the spot where it's holding. The umpire signals it is in fact holding, so that flag thrown at the 20, it was in the backfield too, so the flag was thrown at the 28 if it's from the spot where the flag was thrown. It is not. They're going to mark it off from the line of scrimmage. So it'll be, brings up now 1st and 20 from the Ridley 23-yard line.
Yeah,
first time we've seen that.
Like you said, he's up here working 2 iPads and can't get one of them right.
Holding against
so
the
again,
Green Raiders.
Kelly in the backfield. Shotgun snap. They hand to Powell, who's coming across in motion off the left side. Gain of about 6. We'll bring up 2nd and 14.
Brought down by number
7 for the Green Raiders.
Antonio.
A shotgun snap to Carroll, and they had Powell coming in motion.
And now bumped out of bounds. It's Justice Hardy, the freshman, with the pick. And now with just a couple little blocks or breaks there, he might have been able to take that all the way. Justice Hardy with 2 touchdowns last week. A little quieter here today, but has a big interception as he stepped in front of the receiver at the 10 and brought it back to the 38-yard line. We get a chance to look at it again here. Becker just simply underthrew that ball. The receiver stopped short. Yeah, that was an underthrow. And Becker actually got over there to make the tackle. So Wyomissing with 2:55 left in the third quarter.
10 from their own 47.
Carroll snaps, handoff inside to Kelly. Big, tough, physical runner. Ball came out, but again, they ruled him down. Same thing happened on that last possession for the Jaguars, the play which O'Donohue was injured and left the game. Ruled either forward motion or him being down, so no gain. 2nd and 10.
Connor Kelly with the carry.
Yeah, it looked like forward motion there, partner. Looks like they just play with that. As you
no gain on the play. It'll be
same thing. The officials were right on it. Whistle was blown.
7-yard line.
Ridley with wholesale substitutions. Powell now to the top of your screen. They go heavy right. Carroll under center. Smith the lone setback. False start. Delay of game, Ridley. So you wonder, like I mentioned, they had 3 or 4 players go out and substitutes coming in, and they had an extra player on the field. So I think they were waiting for him to get off the field before they could snap it. They just ran out of time.
Flag on the play, illegal substitution.
Jeremiah Diaz, the 50-yard touchdown sprint. You get a couple of blockers and then see ya. And that's his first touchdown of the season. And this happens too, and we saw this against Kennerdale, just wearing them down. Because Wyomissing is not only so strong, but they're so fast and just can't keep up with them. That kick is good for Keegan Maher. It's 35-0 Wyomissing. And now let's take a look at Jeremiah Diaz on that reverse, and some good footwork there from Logan Hyde. Dodged a couple of tacklers diving to try to get him. That's Sorrell Curry who caught up to him, but Diaz had a half a step and was still able to just make it across the goal line for the touchdown with his blazing speed. These guys are fast. He's not one of the young guys, though. He's a senior, but still, it's pretty fun to see. 5 touchdowns now, including twice in the third quarter. And with 2:26 to go in the third quarter, the Jeremiah Diaz 50-yard touchdown run. That makes it 35-0. It's kind of fun that from, with our microphone from here, we can hear the Wyomissing fans there.
After that Wyomissing score, we're going to take you out to Pennsbury. Tennent after the long run, they've got themselves into the red zone. Let's see if they can score while they're knocking on the door.
This would be a huge accomplishment for William Tennent. Didn't have success last week against Council Rock South. They did get a field goal up on the scoreboard, but they're looking for their first touchdown of this high school football season. And meanwhile, the Falcons looking for that goal line stand. They want to deny them that pleasure right now. Gunther with Hurley on his right side. Takes the shotgun snap, pulls it down, looks into the end zone, pressured, throws to the corner, and it's incomplete. Noah Rice was there defensively. It was Steven Kazenza who was the intended receiver, but that incompletion will stop the clock with 3:46 to go and bring up goal to go. Third and goal. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. And on third, second down, you got Gunther dropping back to throw.
3rd and 2.
And they're going to actually line up Hurley. I was going to say Lorenzo Hurley. If you get him outside, maybe an opportunity there. But Running back on his left. Gunther takes the snap, throws into the corner of the end zone, and it's incomplete.
Wow.
Incomplete.
He came out of nowhere to get that ball.
Came from
Wow,
the
for a
shadows.
moment, I thought that was a Panther touchdown.
It looked like he overthrew his intended receiver, and then that dude came out of nowhere and made an attempt to grab the ball.
I thought he might have been able to reel it in, but incompletion, and now 4th and 2 for the Panthers. And they may be waiting. They may be taking a timeout.
Yep.
So Panthers going to talk it over with 3:39 to go, third quarter in the McCaffrey's game of the night on the WBCB Sports Network. Falcons 31, William Tennent nothing in the Pennsbury Football Parents Club. They ask you to come out and support the Falcons. Look for the program books, the spirit wear.
As we've got a timeout in the Tennent game, we're going to take you over to Neshaminy, Council Rock. Neshaminy has the ball on the drive. Let's see what they can do here.
Frederick again. And that's how you make up for a penalty. You go right back to Frederick there on the deep ball. And the Neshaminy first down. They keep this drive alive.
That deep ball to me looks like a good poised quarterback that can throw it. Just not sure why that's the first time that they've tried to air it out.
Baker again will pull it back. He'll give it off to Lavella in some space. Tripped up shoelace tackle at the 10-yard line. Couldn't break it. Almost took it to the house. We have an official down at the 30. Slow to get up there. A big play from scrimmage. Goes to the Neshaminy offense, their biggest of the evening.
That's Lavella in space, and he could do a lot of damage. And I guess the official got tied up in the middle of that play.
We will step aside for a brief moment as they check on the official. We'll be right back with more third quarter action right after this on the WBCB Sports Network.
It's like Garnet Valley split end down here to your bottom of your screen. Number 11, Dante DeVono, was just trying to get his feet set,
Flag on the play,
but he was moving as the ball was snapped.
5-yard penalty.
He was just trying to adjust his stance, but he was shuffling his feet as the ball was snapped. So there's another one of those mistakes. 2nd and 8 now, 2nd and 13.
He just got out there a little bit late and was trying to readjust it.
Now again, O'Donohue under center, Carroll at the slot. Kohler. Give goes to Kohler on the first handoff inside. Gain of 3, but that just gets back to the original line of scrimmage, so that'll bring up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 10 now for the Jaguars. Got a injured, looks like Green Raider down on the field, so we've got another injury timeout. I'm going to give you started with the shout outs. I want to give a quick shout out to older brother of today's starting quarterback, Luke O'Donohue. Patrick O'Donohue, who recently back from a trip to Ireland. Now back.
As we go to the injury timeout in the Ridley game, we're going to step over to Wyomissing as they continue their conquest in their game. Let's get you back out there.
All right, shotgun snap, handoff McFarland, big hole, and there he goes. Parrish McFarland, they might catch him, and yes, they do. They bump him out of bounds with Marvin Armistead, the touchdown saving play. But a 40-yard run for McFarland down to the 5-yard line. And Pottsville will begin the fourth quarter with first and goal. Third quarter comes to an end. Wyomissing strikes 2 more times here in the third. And they are handling Pottsville rather easily tonight. On the road here in Pottsville, PA, 35-0. Wyomissing Spartans in the lead. It's Wyomissing Spartans football, a presentation of the Wyomissing Football Association on the Sports Fan Base Network.
Flush from the pocket to the far side, and he'll get spilled right near the line of scrimmage. Not a sack by the Panthers. I think they'll say it's a yard gain, but it brings up 4th and 5, and for the first time tonight, the Falcons will bring out the punt unit. They weren't quite this deep in their own end, but even inside their own 30-yard line, they went for it earlier in the game.
Bring up 2nd and goal. As the Skins knocking on the door, Lavella again up the middle, and he almost broke through, but was met again at the line of scrimmage with no gain on the play. Bring up 3rd down and goal. Baker in the gun, and flags galore. Must have been a jump on the line of scrimmage there.
That's, again, it's a false start. When the field becomes small, this team, for some reason, cannot seem to figure it out. And these are the situations you got to practice a ton. More than anything else is down inside the 20.
A veteran lineman group for the Skins, 3 seniors on the line as Baker goes back to pass. Firing in the corner of the end zone, caught for Trapchick, and he will be short of the goal line, just pushed out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Again, excuse me, that's Anthony Gross on the reception. And it will bring up 4th and goal as the Skins will look to try to punch this in.
Yet again, another really good throw.
Beautifully placed ball. Gross got up to get it. Baker will give it off as Carter Klee gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Neshaminy. As Neshaminy breaks through and gets their first touchdown of tonight's game. As 21-6 as Nicastro comes on for the extra point.
After that Neshaminy touchdown makes it 21-7. We're going to take you back out to Wyomissing Pottsville. We got Pottsville on the goal line here looking to score against Wyomissing.
And the Crimson Tide on the board and scoring against Wyo for the first time in 2 years. Last year Wyomissing won here at this stadium 49-0. Tonight they were at 35-0. But a touchdown with 11:25 left in the 3rd quarter. And Pottsville is now on the scoreboard, and the extra point is good as well. And a flag on the play as well. After the extra point by Brody, Herndon was the holder there. So 35-7 is Wyomissing's lead as we look at it again. And trying to grab him there was the player, I believe, is Max Tipton.
Touchdown, Jaguars!
Ronnie Lararis carries for Garnet Valley, touchdown.
Ronnie Lararis on the speed option, coming from top to bottom of your screen. Just a great pitch, got a great block from Devono on the edge out there. The wide receiver sealed that edge, managed to keep his hands in so he didn't get a call for a hold or a block in the back. And then it was just off to the races.
Yeah, like you said, great job by Dante Devono.
Got another cramping Ridley player getting himself off the field, so the referees have a stoppage here briefly just to make sure the player is off the field of play. So the extra point forthcoming right now with 6:36 remaining in the 3rd quarter. It is 21-20, Green Raiders. Extra point forthcoming once they wind the clock and get everyone set after the injury. Again, the snap from Downey, hold by Carroll, kick forthcoming from number 1 Kai Lopez, the 2-way starter. Plays cornerback on D, slot back on O, and handles the kicking duties for the Jaguars, both kicking off and extra points. Kick is good, 21-21, so we're all square halfway through this 3rd quarter.
The score is now tied at 21.
Huge call by offensive coordinator Rich Boyd and great execution by that Jaguar offense on 4th and 6. It's a huge spot to go for it. Not only did they pick up the first down, they got the huge block on the edge and got a quick 6, and here we are, just like where we started.
After that Garnet Valley touchdown to tie things up, we got a barn burners on our hands in that game, but we're going to take you over to Neshaminy Council Rock. Council Rock on the drive once again here after the Neshaminy score. Let's get you back out there.
Myers tackled and wrapped up. Bring up 3rd and about 3 for the Golden Hawks.
Absolutely.
3rd and 1.
You don't need this, but this would help. Big play.
3rd and short. Chase Ennis in the gun. He'll give it off to Myers. Myers gets up the middle for the first down. As again, Chase Myers gets through the A-gap and to the next level and able to keep the chains moving for the Golden Hawks.
Well, and again, Nick, it's because the Redskins defense can't just key on one thing. Ennis has shown that he could run, he could throw, he can keep it himself, or, of course, he can give it off out of that pistol. So lots of things they could do. Tough to call a defense when there's a lot of things that the offense can give you.
And it's that typical big dual threat quarterback, gives it off to Chase Myers here. Myers again breaking some tackles as he gets maybe 3 or 4 yards on the carry.
The ball carrier.
But, you know, on the other foot, Nick, when the Skins are in a 3rd or 4th and short, you pretty much know exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah.
They haven't shown you anything else.
They've been very consistent with the running game in those short yardage situations.
And consistency is great when you're up 40-0, but you've got to really mix things up to get the defense to be honest.
And a flag on the play will be a false start or an offsides most likely here. And it is a false start on the offense.
2nd down and 5 and trying to sneak it.
5-yard penalty.
Wonder if they've had to know it was 2nd and 5. I'm just
right.
I don't know if they just. All right. Well, nonetheless, it'll flag on the play. 2nd down will repeat here. Just be 2nd and 10 now for the Golden Hawk offense.
Good opportunity with the offense now behind schedule to come away with a stop.
Gives it off to Myers. Again, Myers tried to get something there, and a couple of Neshaminy defenders again there. And it was Doyle Schwartz on the tackle for the Skins.
He's looked good tonight.
Along with Colton Clay on the tackle.
And now time winding down in the 3rd. Got to try to get this stop here, especially 3rd and long.
I almost think the Golden Hawks are.
Tried to draw the Jags off sides. They didn't get it. They get the new play call from the sideline. Stay in the same formation. Powell to the bottom of your screen. Trips to the top. Quick toss out here on the edge to Powell. Gave him the catch. He bobbled the ball, but they gave him the catch. Gain of about 5 will bring up 2nd and 5 from the Ridley. Oh, gain of 4. Bring up 2nd and 6 from the Ridley 39-yard line. They go no huddle. They're on the ball. Stay in the same formation. Trips left, Powell to the bottom of your screen. Smith behind Carroll. They wait for the play call, as do we all. Smith this time moves to the right behind Carroll. Handoff goes underneath. Smith breaks a few tackles, picks up enough for the first down. Gain of about 6. First down, Green Raiders.
Jaguars first down.
Good hard run by Smith. There were a couple of Jaguars, got to him in the backfield. He just ran through arm tackles and managed to pick up another 7 after the initial contact.
Yeah, it looks like Chase Britton gets there in a hurry, but just couldn't get enough to bring him down or slow him up any.
So now ball on the bottom of your screen. They go empty, Powell to the top, trips to the bottom of your screen. Kelly the slot back. Quarterback draw, left side. He's got blockers. He's out in space, and he picks up another 10 yards and another Green Raider first down. It's the second time we've seen that quarterback keeper. That killed the Jaguars last week against CB West.
Brought down by number 1, Kai Lopez. Green Raiders first and 10. From
Their quarterback, Cooper Taylor, last week had probably 15 carries on that quarterback sweep. Wonder if the Green Raiders saw that on film and said, hey, we can do that too. So now first and 10 at the Garnet Valley 42-yard line. Empty again. Kelly throws down here to the bottom of your screen. Good coverage by the Jaguars. Number 21, Luke Vaughn on the tackle. Number 7, Romanello out there, and safety Nolan Carroll.
Carroll's pass complete to number 11, Nathan.
Great job by Romanello coming from the middle linebacker.
Kind of a slow-developing wide receiver screen. Took so long for the play to get there that Jaguar pursuit was able to get there and brought him down for no gain. So again, second and 10 now from the 42. Ridley goes empty again, trips to the top of your screen. Kelly and Powell split to the bottom of your screen. Carroll in the shotgun. Snap goes to Carroll. Pump fake left. Goes deep down the left sideline. Ball thrown up in the air. Intercepted. Dean Kohler, number 8. Back up the Garnet Valley sideline. He's got blockers. Out of bounds at about the Ridley 41-yard line.
What a great play by Dean Kohler there. It just reminds me of the game last year against Lower Merion. Towards the end of the first half, he gets in first defensive action and just catches one over his shoulder just like that to, stop a drive by Lower Merion. That's a great interception tonight here against the Ridley Green Raiders, and just had the wherewithal to keep it in bounds and get as much as he could get and wait for his blockers. Dean, again, a really good athlete and showed there his burst of speed.
And Carroll gave that pump fake to the left flat and then wanted that vertical route, threw it deep downfield. He just overthrew both guys so badly that Kohler just won the foot race to the ball and then got a few blocks along the sideline. Lopez in motion, handoff gives to the second back through. Vaughn, big hole, breaks a few tackles, gain of about 14. Jaguars on the move, first and 10 down at the Ridley 32, just about 32.5-yard line.
And we talked last week, partner. Luke Vaughn back in action this year. Had an injury last year that kept him sidelined most of the year, but Luke, very hard working in the weight room with Coach Batiste, and does a really nice job in the weight room, and just he's a great back.
So now 3:40 and counting here in the third quarter. Jaguars on the move, first and 10 at the Ridley 33-yard line. Carroll in motion, hand, gives, fake. O'Donohue keeps, again, off the right side, huge gain. O'Donohue eventually gets brought down at about the Ridley 12-yard line. It'll be first and 10 Jaguars.
Number 19, Luke O'Donohue with the carry for the Jaguars.
Jag saw something that's been working. That keep by O'Donohue, that was he gave the fake inside, and that was a keep all the way. It was a good read by him, and he just put his foot in the ground, got upfield inside that block, and took off. Good to see him not hobbled. He was hobbled on that last possession. We saw him leave the game injured right before halftime, but looked good there, buddy. Carroll in motion, goes inside. Second man through, Lararis, touchdown, Jaguars! Ronnie Lararis.
Ronnie Lararis carries for a Garnet Valley touchdown.
So the turnover down at the other end by Dean Kohler and the big return set the Jags up at midfield, and they went quick, scored on a 4 or 5 play drive there. Extra point forthcoming from Lopez. 2:56 remaining, 27-21 Jaguars. Looks like the left tight end or wing back for the Jaguars moved. Just the Ridley had a handful, 2 or 3 guys coming off that left edge, and it looked like the the wing back, the protector on that left side, just got a little.
After that Garnet Valley touchdown to give them the lead back, we're going to take you over to Pennsbury. Tennent as the team's in the red zone. Let's get you out there.
From the 4.
That's good for another Falcon first down.
And this drive checks a bunch of boxes. A clock-controlling drive late in the game. They've moved it. You know, they picked up a bunch of yardage on this drive. But the job not done yet. First and goal from the 4. Bigley gives to Zerniak, and Zerniak into the end zone. Another Pennsbury Falcon touchdown makes it 37-0 with 6:03 to go in the fourth quarter. So everybody joining the party. Aiden Parker with a touchdown catch. Nate Bigley with a touchdown run. CJ Weiser catching a TD today. You had Pereira with a field goal from 20 yards out, a 76-yard run from Adams, and now Jordan Zerniak with a touchdown from 4 yards away.
Falcons are now at around 255 rushing yards tonight.
Guess you could say that's pretty good.
Yeah, you think?
And in addition to the success they've had on the ground, being able to build confidence in that passing game is going to make this Falcon attack so much more dynamic. The extra point is through the uprights, and the score 38-0 as we come back up the field in the McCaffrey's game of the night. And proud to serve our community is Brian.
After the Pennsbury score, it's 38-0. We're going to take you back out to the Garnet Valley Ridley game, the big rivalry, the hotly contested game. It's 28-21. Let's get you back out there. Garnet Valley just kicked off the Ridley.
He's getting a kick out of me calling him Kyle McConnell, but Brandon McConnell and Nolan Carroll, great coverage on that for the Jaguars, so it sets the Green Raiders up. Good kick by Lopez deep into the left corner. Soper had to retreat. Now the Green Raiders are back inside their own 20 on the 18-yard line. I got to readjust here. I can't see anything at that end of the field unless I'm crawling underneath the fence. So handoff goes up inside to Smith, gain of about 5. We'll bring up 2nd and 5.
Alante Smith. Yeah, as you mentioned, maybe it's the West Chester University thing. Brandon's older brother, Kyle, at West Chester University.
Chase Britton.
Tackle made by the Jaguars, Chase Britton.
Pick up a 5 on the play. 2nd and 5, Green Raiders from their own 23.
Green Raiders pal to the bottom of your screen, trips to the top. Carroll in the shotgun, Smith in the backfield. He throws out into the flat. Ball's almost tipped, intercepted, and then dropped. Almost caught, almost intercepted, and then dropped.
Kyle's pass and
10 personnel, 45's in. Another good job by
Kyle's pass intended for number 13.
Dean Kohler there.
Already falls incomplete. 3rd and 5.
So brings up a 3rd and 5 for the Green Raiders. Garnet Valley making some defensive substitutions on the defensive line. Green Raiders got to hurry. Play clock's running. All right, Green Raiders get the play. They get the set. Got backs on either side of the back, in the backfield on either side of Carroll. They little handoff. He does not pick up the first down. Ball, good tackle made by Luke Mingione coming up from that safety spot.
Green Raiders brought down by number 47.
So brings up a 4th and 2. Green Raiders from their own 26-yard line. Green Raiders look like they're keeping the offense on the field and going to go for it.
Yeah, partner, that's a long 2 yards there, too.
4th and 2.5, almost 3. So trip to the top of your screen. Smith, the single setback, Powell to the bottom. Carroll throws slant, incomplete. Up, they called PI. Pass interference called.
Looks like the defenders got there just as the ball got there. Not so sure, but.
So the pass interference will move the ball up 15 yards, give the Green Raiders a first down on the penalty. It's a bang-bang play. Referees saw that there was contact. It's close, but they're not going to change it, so it is what it is. Garnet Valley's now got to buckle down. Green Raiders are going to move the ball up 15.
Flag on the play. Pass interference against Garnet Valley. 15-yard penalty and automatic first down. Green Raiders will be first and 10 from their own 41.
Powell in motion. He fakes the handoff, Carroll to Powell, and gets tackled for no gain. Good pursuit inside. Tackle made by a handful of Jaguars. Minjoni and from that safety spot. Middle linebacker Nick Romanello, number 7 for the Jaguars. So brings up a 2nd and 9.5.
2nd and 9. Green Raiders.
Great job there again. Just reading the offense and just filling the gaps there. Good job.
So we're down now, approaching the 1-minute mark here remaining in this third quarter. 2nd and 9.5. Play action handoff. Carroll looking, throws, rolls, nowhere to go, throws downfield. Ball bounces, incomplete.
Kyle's pass intended for number 34.
Just like back in the first half with
incomplete.
Ronnie, the ball just skips up.
3rd and 9 for the Green
Really give him a
Raiders from
chance
their
to
own
make.
41-yard line.
Carroll had all kinds of time. He was looking left downfield, just had nobody open. He eventually rolled right, got out of the pocket, had Tinney out in space, but just underthrew the ball slightly. It bounced, so that brings up a 3rd and 10. Jaguars making substitutions. Ridley goes empty, trips to the top. Carroll looks, sets, throws, deep downfield in the slot, dropped! Coverage there by number 18, Kohler and Nolan Carroll. So Ridley looks like they're bringing their punt unit on the field.
Barnshaw falls incomplete.
Yeah, Kohler, another nice job of getting there right when the ball gets there. Had a great break on the ball.
Schneider, who's had a nice defensive game as well, he makes the stop that time. Ball on the 22. 2nd down and 9. But what's more concerning is the time on the clock, approaching 9 minutes left in the game. Ennis, hard count, now gives off, up the middle, spinning and twirling his way down to the 15. Is
Carson Schneider, Doyle Schwartz,
I think it was Nate Sidzik that got the ball that time. It's a pretty nice gain, and so one thing that they could do out of that pistol is give off to the guy next to the quarterback and give behind. Sidlik is back there again. Myers the setback, and Myers gets it. Makes a couple of men miss. The ball comes loose. And I think they're blowing the whistle. The Skins recover it on the 2. I think they're ruling him down by contact. It was close.
He was definitely down, but almost a huge break for this Neshaminy defense with time not on their side, and Council Rock South really
on 13 carries and a pair of touchdowns, including a 42-yard touchdown run. Drew Forey had a pair of touchdowns, including a 59-yard touchdown reception in the second quarter. That made it 21.
1st and goal from the 9. Ennis will hand off. Myers lowers his shoulder and plows for 2 yards. Ran into Damasio Cooper, who has another tackle. And not much there.
Damasio Cooper.
1 yard, 2nd and 8. Goal line stand is not where the Redskins want to be, down 14. And the clock continues to move. Ennis under center again. Calls for the football, gets it, play fake. He's rolling, he's lobbing it, and he has a touchdown. Lobs it to the corner of the end zone. Nate Sidlik makes the catch. And that was just a perfectly timed throw and a great ball and a spinning, twirling catch by Sidlik.
Chase Ennis does it again, Keith, and keeps another play alive, finding the open man, making the right read there, and gets it in for 6.
That's just the way that it's gone. Kick is up and good. Rafferty adds it on. As it is now a 28-7 game with only 6:53 left. The Skins will get the ball at least one more time, though. And you can catch that in just a moment here on the WBCB Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Close out your summer in style at Team Toyota during the National Sales Event. We have new Toyota inventory on the lot with no markups above MSRP. And with over 100 certified Toyotas available, you could find the right...
After that touchdown for Council Rock, that draws them further out in front. We're going to take you back out to Ridley, Garnet Valley in just a second. Right after we tell you that Wyomissing has gone final. We've got a touchdown in that game as well. Let's get you out there for the replay of that.
Johnny Lareris. Again, it's the option play. This time it just went to the right. Last time it was to the left. So again, O'Donohue, perfect pitch. Lareris did a really nice job again of setting up that block, waiting for the block to get there, cutting inside it, and then it was just a foot race. And he is a standout track runner in the spring for the Jaguars, in the sprints and the relays, and there aren't many in the league that will catch him.
Yeah, you hit right on the head, partner. He's a speed demon. Get him out there on the edge, and he can make things happen. Great block on the edge there. Set.
So after the missed PAT on the last possession for the Jaguars, they're going to go for 2 to try and get it back to a 14-point game. Offense on the field, double tight. Handoff goes to Carroll, nowhere to go. Jet sweep, puts his head down, doesn't quite get there. That play, there was such pressure on the inside that Carroll had to bounce it so deep that he had turned a 3-yard extra point attempt into about a 10-yard play. I mean, he was back at almost the 9-yard line by the time he tried to eventually turn and get upfield. So he tried. He stuck his head down, dove for the pylon, but just came up short. So with 11 minutes and 49 seconds left after just one play here in this fourth quarter, it's 33-21 Jaguars.
Yeah, you see Nolan there. We don't have the replay available right now, but the first man comes in, and Nolan Carroll with a really, really nice stiff arm there. Sort of knocks the outside linebacker off his track, and Nolan is a slight fella, but excellent wrestler for the Garnet Valley Jaguars. Tough, hard-nosed kid.
Yeah, Jags went with that jet sweep, and it just, the blocking on the edge, I think, was there. It's just it got whoever that pressure was inside, that A-gap, B-gap on that left side, just forced the whole play to go so far back into the Jaguars' backfield that tough to catch up. So again now here, this little bit of cat and mouse game with the Jaguars. You see on that last kickoff, both Soper and Powell were up at about the 20-yard line, and Lopez kicked it over their head. This time he's lined up again on that right hash. Soper now back at his own 11-yard line, and again, they go across the field. Soper catches it over his head, drops the ball. Ball goes back down now inside the 5-yard line. Jaguars, excellent pursuit. Tackle made at about the 8-yard line of the Green Raiders. So again, Soper backed up trying to catch that ball. Ball was deeper than he anticipated. It went off his hands, and he had to run around back there trying to just look for a block, and the Jaguars' pursuit was excellent down the middle of the field, gave him no lanes.
First and 10 from their own 8-yard line.
So now the Green Raiders with their backs up against the wall after the bobbled kick catch, and now back on their own. They got 92 yards away from the end zone.
Yeah, partner, you see that American flag over there, literally blowing straight downwind. Hard to tell here, but definitely downwind from where we kicked.
Trips to the top of your screen. Smith, handoff goes inside to Smith. Gain of, short gain, maybe 1. Bring up a 2nd and 9. As we get our DiLorenzo's player of the game, and let's just get this one over with.
Yeah, we only got 30 seconds left.
Now they wind the clock. I didn't check out the beautiful full moon that's out tonight.
Yeah, Ben has told me about it like 4 times now. It was orange at one point, rooting for Pennsbury,
I believe that's going to do it. The William Tennent Panthers going to wave the white flag as the final 6 seconds come off the clock. And the Pennsbury Falcons go to 1-1. A dominant 45-0 win over the William Tennent Panthers. Panthers fall to 0-2. Next week we move on to Newtown, PA. And the Pennsbury Falcons will take
weren't able to really execute when they needed to. The defense was probably on the field a little bit too much, too long tonight, and that really, not discredit to them, but credit to Council Rock South and the execution of their offense.
Right back to Myers as he goes up the middle, and not much there. Cooper with about his 97th tackle.
We'll say that.
I mean, he has been unbelievable. I mean, I was telling you off the air before the game, he was one of my favorite players to watch. Demasio Cooper is just awesome out there. Flies around the field, hits guys hard.
It's hard to find those kind of guys who are just kind of hungry, ball hawks, really. Who just will go where the ball goes at all times.
Well, and he's a safety, and he comes up and makes a lot of those run stops. Tells you a lot. Under center, kind of a wing tee operation, and they're just going to sneak it. And the Rock line of scrimmage looking rock solid that time.
That they are, my friend.
I think it just, in a few moments, just go down to a knee and the old victory formation. Nick knows something about that with the football team that he watches.
They were able to get him down about a yard into that end zone. So with that, that's for sure the defensive play of the game, which is obviously sponsored by the Garnet Valley class of '85. Joseph Michael Albany Jr. Memorial. So we want to thank those sponsors and the Albany family for their support of Garnet Valley football.
Out to Myers, trying to secure the edge, and he does, and slides down. And he slid to keep his feet in so that he didn't go out of bounds. Otherwise, right there to force him out would have been Colton Klee. He had the edge secured. It's good enough for another first down. And the clock is running. Fans starting to head for the exits.
I'm curious after tonight to keep up with this Council Rock South team this season. Off to a good start for them after a 4-6 2022 campaign. Big bounce back victory against Neshaminy, as this one is near going final shortly.
You know, I think this team's good, Nick. I really do. 1st and 10. And greeted in the backfield. The Skins all over that play. Beautifully done by Matt DeSantis. He had the tackle for loss on Myers. And they'll lose about 4 yards. Matt DeSantis is another guy that really has looked good as well. Defensive end, senior. This defense for the Skins, again, they should be pretty solid, but the offense has been the part that hasn't quite lived up to their expectations, I would assume. And again here tonight, only putting up 1 touchdown. Remember, last year they finished the season with 1 touchdown, or 3 touchdowns rather, in the last 5 games. Ennis didn't know where to go with that. And he is collapsed upon by multiple Skins, Jared Mole, as well as Carson Snyder.
Timeout called by Neshaminy.
And a timeout called by Neshaminy. They're down 28-7.
So if they ask him after the game if he got anything from the side judge there.
So after no gain, that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Again, ball on the Jaguars' 38-yard line. 2nd and 10. Kohler and Loreris in the backfield. Carroll in motion. Handoff gives. O'Donohue keeps and is tackled for a loss. 4-yard loss in the backfield. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 14 now at the Jaguar 34-yard line. O'Donohue gave the handoff inside, the fake handoff inside to Dean Kohler and then kept it himself. They've had success on that, but Ridley was all over that time.
Luke O'Donnell brought down behind the line of scrimmage by number 18,
nice job of stretching that play out there and tackling Luke behind the line of scrimmage. Really had nowhere to go with the ball, so just...
It's a big play here. Garnet Valley obviously wants to pick up some yards, try to pick up the first down, but with the 2-score lead and now under 10 minutes here in the fourth quarter, handoff goes to Lararis. Made one man miss, couldn't make the second man miss, so picks up just 2, maybe 3, brings up 4th and 11. Ball now on the 36-yard line.
By number 18,
Jaguars punt unit is on the field.
Number 2 on the play. It'll be 4th and 12.
Again, we saw the kickoff going in this direction, Dennis. If you're Garnet Valley, obviously you just want to clean, snap and get the punt off. But certainly McConnell just wants to get this ball up in the jet stream with the wind at his back as significantly is and just let that ball take off. He does. It bounces. Powell fields it at his own 32. Tries to get a block. Excellent tackle downfield by number 11, Dante DeVuono. Amazing pursuit, and he just gets Powell around the ankles, and that's a huge open field tackle by the wide receiver for the Jaguars.
Yeah, Powell did a nice job of coming up and playing that ball, or that looked like it could have rolled in the Jaguars' favor all the way down the field there. It's a great job by Powell of sort of grabbing that in the air and getting what he can get. But
plenty of time left. Ridley takes over with 9:09 remaining here in the third quarter. Ball on their own 35-yard line. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. Powell to the bottom of your screen, trips to the top. Carroll with Smith behind him. Snap, Carroll goes deep down the left sideline. Kohler again, reads it. No, Minjoni intercepted again. Garnet Valley, after the return, gets brought down. Jaguar ball, 41-yard line, going the other way. So the Green Raiders tried to take a shot.
Yeah, I don't think Carroll saw the help over top there. Minjoni just rolled over his coverage. It looks like they were playing cover 2 and just did a really nice job of just tracking that ball and just picking it at its high point.
So another defensive turnover by Minjoni that time, the safety. He had the tackle for the safety in the other end zone, and then he has the interception there, and there were short returns. So the Jaguars set back up all at their own 41 after the exchange on the punt and the interception. Another GV class of 85, Joseph Albany Jr., defensive play of the game. So the Jags now look to probably control some clock. DeVuono to the top of the screen. Carroll.
As we have most of our games going final here, we have our last 2 games finishing up. Let's take a quick look at our final scores from around our games this evening. We'll pull up the graphic here. As we've got Garnet Valley and Ridley still going on. 35-21 is our score there. Wyomissing 41-7 over Pottsville final. LaSalle fell 13-7 to Malvern Prep. We've got Pennsbury with a big win, 45-0 over William Tennent. And then we've got Council Rock South and Neshaminy still going on at 28-7 in favor of Council Rock South. We're going to get you back out to our games now in just a moment here.
52 remaining here in this fourth quarter.
Cool.
Yep. Garnet Valley on the poor exchange between O'Donohue and the running back coming through. I think it was Vaughn. Ball down on the field. Jaguars turn it right back over. So 2 plays later, Ridley gets the ball back.
Recovered by number 52, Michael Casella.
Yeah, it's something we work on over and over again in our individual periods and practice every day. Is just that mesh point, the mesh point, and the mesh point. I'm sure that will be addressed and that will be worked on again next week. And again, Luke O'Donohue in his first start.
Teams have now traded turnovers, and Ridley gets it back the 34 after the Powell return on the punt. They had it at the 35, so now they have the ball on the 34. Twin setbacks, handoff goes to Smith, coming to the bottom of your screen, right to left. Tackled short of the first down. Gets a gain of about 8.5.
Also tonight's game, and again, credit to Council Rock coming in here. Chase Ennis showing a lot of leadership skills tonight and taking control of this one early on and led the Golden Hawks to the victory as they get revenge for the 2022 game.
Yeah. No, and the Redskins in that game.
Just above 8 minutes and 15 seconds and counting. Handoff again goes to Smith up the middle. Gets the first down, but only a gain of about 3. The clock will stop for them to set the chains. Now 1st and 10, Green Raiders at their own 46.
Smith carries for Green Raiders, first down.
As you can hear sitting under the speaker, that was a Green Raiders first down.
Make no mistake about that. So they go single setback, Twins top and bottom of your screen. Motion man goes bottom to top. Handoff goes again to Smith underneath. Gain of about 2. Will bring up 2nd and 8. Ball just about the 48-yard line of the Green Raiders.
47, Chase Britton. Pickup of 1 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 9, Green Raiders.
This is challenging, buddy. I'm dodging monitors at my feet and antennas in front of me. And for the record, your head's not small. Motion man goes left to right. Roll out. Carroll looks to set. Hit. Ball's loose on the ground. Ridley recovers. Who was that on the backside pressure? Was it 28? Came from behind?
Yeah.
Fumble recovered by number 50, Billy Bear.
Yeah. As you said earlier, they want to give another shout out to my, speaking of Big Head, to my brother, Joe Becker, checking in from out there in Springfield.
Okay, so brings up a 3rd and 13. Ball now at the Ridley 42. And again, they're throwing into this wind, going into this wind that's blowing straight down the field. Ridley's getting set. They've got Twins down here to the bottom of your screen. Smith the single setback, Carroll in the shotgun. Powell goes in motion from bottom to top of your screen, gets reset, trips to the top of your screen. Fake handoff inside. Carroll dodging pressure, has room, has time to run. He's going to run. Now he throws back to the middle of the field. He's got a man wide open.
Good job on
That was just protection. He had nobody open initially, and Carroll just used his feet to keep the play alive, keep himself alive.
Number 11, Nathan Barnshaw.
Barnshaw with the catch. And just with so much space out there, he was able to pick up about 15, which now puts the Raiders at a 1st down and 10 at the Garnet Valley 38. Now with 5:37 and counting remaining in this 4th quarter. Twins in the backfield. Handoff goes to Smith. Gets a block. Ooh, gets upended. Ball comes loose, but he was down. I think head and shoulder down on the ground. Gain of about 4 will bring up 2nd and 6. Clock running at 5:14, 13, 12.
On the play. It'll be 2nd and 6, Green Raiders from the Garnet Valley 34-yard line.
Powell split wide to the bottom. Carroll back to throw. Throws out into the right flat. He's got Kelly. There's nobody out there. He gets a block. He cuts back inside. He's still going. Gets tripped up eventually by middle linebacker Nick Romanello, but not before a huge gain. And the Green Raiders now have the ball.
Brought down by number 1, Kai Lopez.
Down at the 7-yard line.
7-yard line.
Looks like there's an injured Jaguar down just on the field. That might actually be Romanello. Trainers and coaches are there looking at him.
You say you guys can't see a replay. We don't have that capability right now. But it
He's
looks
up.
like
He's moving off the field.
Looked like it was just the way the tackle happened was just a little funky. Looks like there was a just Ridley player looked like he might have hyperextended himself, but everybody seems come out of it okay. You sort of heard a hush over the Ridley crowd when the tackle was made at the 7.
So again, reset, ball's in the 7-yard line. 4:32 remaining in the 4th quarter. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. 35-21, Ridley trailing the Jaguars here with 4.5 minutes remaining. Garnet Valley's head coach
Eric Van Wyk is out on the field asking the officials something. The Garnet Valley coaches are pointing. All right, clock should be wound. That's what they're saying. That the clock should not have been stopped. It should have been wound once the ball was set and the injured player was off the field, which they did. So 4:40 and counting. Clock running. Ridley, bunch left. Powell split to the top of your screen. Handoff goes to Smith inside. Nothing doing. Tackle might have lost a yard. He did. They marked the ball back at the 8-yard line. So the clock will continue to run.
Good job by Drew Keaveney there coming up and filling the gap, making that tackle. Like he was in the backfield before the handoff was taken.
So we're now approaching under the 4-minute mark. Ball will be under 4 minutes when it's snapped. Second and goal from the 8-yard line. Carroll in the shotgun. Smith behind him. Trips left. Carroll rolls left. Throws. Caught. Touchdown, Green Raiders. So it's now 35-27.
Ryan Carroll's
Extra point forthcoming, currently an 8-point differential with 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in the game. And with all 3 timeouts, it puts Ridley in a situation where they don't really necessarily need to kick an onside kick. Because if Garnet Valley doesn't pick up a first down, they can use all 3 timeouts and leave themselves plenty of time left on their next possession. We'll see what they do, but extra point first.
It looks like they had 12 men in the huddle and broke the huddle there for this extra point, so illegal substitution. Moving back 5 yards.
Garnet Valley last time, they got moved back 5, hit the crossbar. We'll see what happens here. Snap, high, kick, good. 35-28, 7-point game.
Team's extra point is good. And with 3:45
left here, buddy. The Garnet Valley will look to get the ball on the ground and run down as much clock as possible, pick up a few first downs. But as you said, Ridley does have all 3 timeouts left.
Buy your yearbook now and save $20 off the regular price.
Sort of
That's right. Order today.
Return
Your
team.
yearbook is just $65. The Ridley Archive.
Looking to see what formation
preserved for a lifetime.
Kickoff team for Ridley is going to come out. We're going to set up.
Garnet Valley looks like they're anticipating the onside kick. They are. Ridley lines up like they're kicking the onside kick. Ridley needs to have 4 guys at the top. They can't. The rules have changed in high school sports. You can only have 6 and 4. So the kick coming. Garnet Valley has their onside kick team on the field. Their hands team. Ball gets kicked. It's caught by Minjoni. Minjoni's having himself a second half today, buddy.
It really is. I mean, that.
Onside kick attempt.
Talk about all pressure on you right there. I mean, that is coming at you line drive.
And again, the ball has to go 10 yards before the kicking team can touch it. So if the kicker kicks it like that, where the receiving team can take the opportunity to jump in front of the 10 yards and catch it, Ridley can't touch it. So Minjoni wisely came up and fielded it and got down and protected himself. So now the Jaguars have the ball. Game reset, 3:45. Ball's on the Ridley 48-yard line. Ridley does have all 3 timeouts. Toss. Goes to Larraris. He gets a block out on the edge. He's around the left end. Again. Larraris. Touchdown. Jaguars. I don't know if the Green Raiders were anticipating that Garnet Valley was just going to try and run it up inside and kill clock. But the Jaguars went toss left, got a block, got a couple blocks again out there on that edge. That perimeter blocking has been a whole different story this week than it was last week against Central Bucks West. And the Jaguars have really burned the Green Raiders on a few occasions as a result. So 41-28, back to a 13-point game, 3:35 left. Lopez on for the extra point. Snap from Downey, hold, Carroll, kick, Lopez, good, 14-point game.
Yeah, what a great play call by Coach Boyd there. Looking like they were going to just pack the middle. Coach Boyd sort of put the right play out there and got Ronnie on the edge. And as we said earlier, partner, he's a burner. He gets that edge, and 9 times out of 10 you're going to look at the back of that number 5 jersey. So again, puts Garnet Valley up 42-28 with 3:35 left. I think that play ran about 10 seconds off.
Another Jaguar touchdown sponsored by Joseph Anthony Salon Retreat and Spa. Been a bunch of them. He got his money's worth this week. Joey Gaggs, I'm sure if he's out there listening by any chance, is thrilled to death with the 42 points that the Jags have thrown up on the board. That's 6 touchdowns sponsored by Joseph Anthony Salon Retreat and Spa. So now again, the Garnet Valley here, you've got a 2-score lead, 14-point lead, 3:35. You're kicking off. They've changed personnel. 4 is in the game, number 4 for the Green Raiders. Tamir Moody Ruffin is back deep. So they've taken Soper out. It's Powell and Moody Ruffin now back for the deep return guys for the Jaguars. It does, in fact, go to Powell, who comes over and fields at his own 18-yard line, and he gets tackled. He had a gap, but a great tackle made by number 4 for the Jaguars. Good special teams play. That's the one. He's a speed demon there, and he had a lane and got up through it, but the Jaguars able to drag him down at the 43-yard line. So now the Green Raiders need 2 scores in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. They have all 3 timeouts. Barnshaw split to your bottom of your screen. Twin setbacks. Carroll in the shotgun. He takes the snap. Steps up in the pocket. He's going to run. And he's short of the first down. So the clock's going to run unless they call timeout, which they do not.
For the Jaguars.
Again, I can't see anything on the field because I'm 15 rows back in the press box.
2nd and 2, Green Raiders from the Garnet Valley 49-yard line.
Trips to the bottom of your screen. Single setback, Smith. Carroll takes a snap. Rolls left. Has time. Throws out into the flat. Caught. Green Raiders. Out of bounds. Clock stops.
Carroll's pass complete to number 22, Sean Manley for a Green Raiders touchdown.
Got out of bounds, stop.
First and 10, Ridley. Ball on the 37-yard line.
And Carroll, Green Raiders will be 1st and 10 from the Garnet Valley 37.
Smith the single setback. Carroll back, looks, throws. Incomplete. He was looking for number 11, Barnshaw, down here at about the 25-yard line.
Falls incomplete.
Again, as we talked about in the first half, Drew Keaveney sort of out there, get his
10 Green Raiders from the Garnet Valley
wingspan and sort of jumped up, and I don't know if he deflected it, but definitely made Carroll redirect that throw.
2nd and 10. Trips right, bunch right. Powell to the bottom of your screen. Smith the single setback. They motion the man wide. Carroll looks, throws out into the flat. It's got him. Caught. Barnshaw tackled short of the first down. Clock's going to run.
Pass complete to number 11, Nathan Barnshaw.
Barnshaw makes the catch, but brings up a 3rd and 7 with now 2:34 and counting.
Barnshaw a little hobble getting up there.
Pick up 4 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 6. Green Raiders
3rd and 6 from the 33-yard line. Green Raiders go empty. Carroll in the backfield by himself. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Carroll looking right. Throws. Well overthrown everybody.
looking for Powell.
Yeah, he was looking to fit that in a seam there, and it was a closing window.
Lopez and Minjoni had the coverage on Powell. Ball was overthrown, all three of them. Brings up 4th and 6. 2:04 remaining. Carroll and the Green Raiders are getting the call. Trips left, Barnshaw to the bottom of your screen, Powell to the top of your screen, Smith the single setback. Carroll drops, rolls, nowhere to go, throws, has a man, incomplete. Jaguars will take over on downs. The pocket kind of collapsed on him. He just had nowhere to go.
Definitely did. You see him just try to escape the pocket and just look for anybody to get that ball out to. And even if that ball was caught, it's going to come up short of the first down.
Jaguars now have a 14-point lead. 1 minute and 58 seconds remaining. Ball 1st and 10 on their own 33-yard line. Ridley does have all 3 timeouts. So Garnet Valley can't just take knees here. The clock will be able to be stopped. So the Garnet Valley's got to try and pick up a first down. Handoff goes inside. Good tackle made up inside, but a gain of 3.5 by Lararis. Call it 2nd and 7.
Ronnie Lararis with the carry for the Jaguars. Just continue to eat the clock up here. Continue the clock up.
Yeah,
not so sure they're looking to call timeout, or they might be waiting.
Ridley's not calling their timeouts here, and they're going to let Garnet Valley run the play clock all the way down. Garnet Valley, as a result, looks like they're just going to take a knee.
Coach Wood opts to take a timeout.
And now
here.
Ridley calls timeout.
Luke O'Donohue takes a knee.
So
the Green Raiders call timeout.
Brings up 3rd and 8. But now Ridley with 2 timeouts, so they can call timeout after the 3rd down play here. But time is their bigger enemy now. They have to score twice, make both conversions in 1 minute and 9 seconds, and Garnet Valley still has 2 downs.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see the victory formation here. I think there's a little chess match being played back and forth by the coaches there to see what each other would do.
We've got 1 minute and 9 left here. The Garnet Valley Jaguars next week will go on the road for the 3rd straight week to start this season. They'll play the Pencrest Lions, again winners from last night's contest against Chichester. I'm not sure who has Ridley. I think Ridley has Strathaven next week. I saw the schedule earlier. I wrote it down in my notebook, and I can't find the page I wrote it on. Lopez in motion. O'Donohue gives, keeps, fake, keeps, first down, Jaguars. O'Donohue kept the ball. It's a big-time play by a young quarterback in his first start. He just protected the ball, faked the handoff inside, got the first down. You can see him clapping, talking to his teammates. They know it now. Ridley can't stop the clock enough here. That'll be it. Garnet Valley can take knees now. Jaguars will move to 1-1, 1-0 in the Central League. Green Raiders 0-1, 0-1 in the Central League. O'Donohue, another knee.
Luke O'Donohue takes a knee.
Man, you can't say enough about Luke O'Donohue's first start here as a Garnet Valley Jaguar. I mean, speaks volumes to step up, and with Tyler Lassick going down, I had a chance to talk to Tyler before the game and asked where Luke was, and he just literally said, I really agree as coach. He's asking questions, very confident this week of practice. So congratulations on Luke and the Garnet Valley Jags on their opening win of the 2023 season.
Absolutely. I want to congratulate Coach Van Wyk and his staff. Great play calling on the offensive side of the ball. Huge turnovers by the defensive backfield by the Jaguars. Pressure came all over. Carroll had to have happy feet
wasn't really set a whole lot throwing the ball, and he was forced to throw it on the run, and the Jaguars get back on the winning track, move to 1-1. Ridley again 0-1, I think goes on the road to play Strathaven next week. So thank you all.
As our final game has reached its conclusion, all of our games have gone final tonight. Garnet Valley was able to hold on for the win. We'll get you final scores in just a moment. We're going to step aside and be back right with you to wrap things up here on SFBN End Zone. Stick around.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Eldion Padulary in Feasterville, Trevose today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hi, I'm Tommy Green, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. When I was in high school, it was very important to me to show scouts what I could do. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you're a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
Hi, I'm Marty Bystrom, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. In my experience in Major League Baseball, I know how important it is for high school athletes to gain exposure. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you are a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
When disaster strikes, we restore order and your peace of mind. Roberts & Gamble, your #1 source for storm damage cleanup and property restoration. Licensed and fully insured, serving central New Jersey and eastern Pennsylvania since 2010.
Alrighty, let's get another look at our final scores here this evening. Garnet Valley hung on to win 41-28 over Ridley in that big rivalry game. Wyomissing with the dominating win 42-7 over Pottsville. LaSalle fell to Malvern Prep 13-7. Pennsbury with a big win over William Tennent 45-0. And then Council Rock South was able to hang on over Neshaminy for the 28-7 win. We will not be with you tomorrow, but we want to highlight the big game, the TED salary game of the week. It's Ben Franklin versus Barnum at 1 p.m. Make sure to watch that on SFBNTV.com. Again, that's a big game tomorrow. We won't be with you covering that game, but we want you to check that one out on SFBNTV.com. I want to say thank you for tuning in with us here for episode 2 of the SFBN Zone. My name is Ryan Chminsky. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. We'll be back with you next Friday night right here at 7 p.m. again, breaking down all of the great action happening around Eastern PA high school football. Have a great rest of your evening and a great weekend, everybody. Goodbye.